Okay, well, here we go. Hello, fellow lovers of Dungeons and Dragons, and welcome to Season 2 of Holy Rollerz D&D, which begins a most exciting part of our story, where we will follow the adventures of the Divine Fellowship, an interfaith alliance of priests dedicated to protecting the world of Ienia from extraplanar threats. It gives me great pleasure to announce to you and introduce to you our cast and our guest stars, the members of the Divine Fellowship. And we'll start with JT. Go for it.
Hey everyone, I'm JT and I play Anduriel. He's the vampire cleric of Nalok, the god of night and vengeance. He does enjoy long walks on the beach.
Very nice.
I'm Ryan and I play Lachlan Delay, Paladin Bard of Sindel, the goddess of love and truth.
I'm Jeff. I play Gizik, the witch priest of Sigrun, the demigoddess of hags and souls.
Hey guys, I'm Ben. I play Morokhan. He's the cleric monk of Hamina, the goddess of the sun, light, and exploration.
I'm Scarlet Moth. I play Aelin, cleric warlock of Vorna, goddess of witchcraft and wild magic.
I'm Lulu, and I play Lavender, paladin and siren of Vahara, goddess of good magic and logic. I also play Sabella, the daughter of Night Lord Gable of Winterrun.
Who will be making an appearance this evening, maybe.
I'm John. I play Thora, druid of Finhifara, goddess of elemental earth and life.
And I am Matt. I am also Sage of Sorcery on Twitter. You can find me at Sage of Sorcery 1, and I am your humble ginger dungeon master. We also want to say hello to Poinketh, who is our official commentator. Hey, Poinketh, how are you doing? Everybody wave to the Poinketh. What's up, dude? Thank you for your reviews. You will be able to read his episode review on our subreddit and on our website, and that link can be found somewhere on Twitter. I'm sure Jeff will put it up in the YouTube video, in the Twitch comments. Jeff's all over that, right, Jeff?
Yeah, sure.
Jeff, you're deaf. Oh no, I mean not you're mute.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, I can put that comment up.
Okay. Alrighty. So why don't we start with a very brief recap of Season 1 to get everybody situated and tell you where we are. Approximately 1 month has passed since you all freed the trade hub of Winterrun from the influence of the Faith of Man, a society of bards, druids, and witches who openly seek to end worship of the gods. Even more disturbing, you discovered that the Faith of Man was backed by two planar powers, Navariel, the fallen archangel of pride, and the Piper, an archfey with dominion over death and music. And one of the party members actually made a pact with him. Who would be foolish enough to do that?
It was just a little one. Just
little pact. No big deal. So, in the months since you drove them all out, a whirlwind of events have taken place. Firstly, you all helped the Night Order, the Just Blades, drive out the last of the Red Cap bandits, and the Wizardess Lysinopril closed the Fey crossing that was allowing the Piper's minions to come through. You were also granted the former compound of the Faith of Man as a headquarters, which Night Lord Descartes Gable has been outfitting according to your desires. Most importantly, you discovered among the deceased Hope Master Andante's things the Book of Balance, which is a journal kept by the Lady Voice Jasmine, the first leader of the original Divine Fellowship. Using Hope Master Andante's iron amulet, you were able to unlock that journal. And within those pages was a ritual known as the Champion's Choosing, which is a spell that will draw on the gods' collective power to elect a leader of your hallowed council through ritual combat. And that is the reason why you find yourselves gathered together, all of you, today in the Fellowship's estate. A feast has been laid out, and the room is filled with people talking and eating. But a nervous energy is buzzing throughout the room with the knowledge that in just a few short hours, you're all going to be cutting each other down on the field of battle. Yay! Don't split the party, guys.
Sounds fun.
It's gonna be great.
Allegedly.
I would never hurt another person in my party.
Oh, all right.
I've never hurt another person in my life. I'm not sure about you.
This is all
What's
fake
new in
news.
your life?
I've never done anything wrong in my life, and you know this.
Yeah, I can imagine this is going to be a great big love fest. You're all just going to pass out flowers once you get into that arena. Moving on. Okay, so
The
now
only flower going to be passing out is going to be lavender. Let's be honest here.
Oh, the
Oh,
smack.
you're obsessed, love.
We haven't even started yet.
We haven't even
That's because I love you so much, sister.
Let's get smacked again.
It's we haven't even started.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So let's just give everybody an idea of who might be gathered together in this antechamber at the feast. It's a little bit sobering for you to be here because you've all been watching as this building that used to be the Faith of Man's embassy has been transformed slowly but surely into an estate that will function for the divine fellowship. And there are a number of dignitaries that are there that are just kind of presiding, they're making their presence known. To begin with, Night Lord Descartes Gable is there. The Night Lord of Winterrun is there. The Wizardess Lysinapril, who assisted you in getting into the castle. Madame Dimitri of the Rose Garden Tavern is there. And interestingly enough, Minister Crownguard Derricks is there. He was actually a member of the Old Divine Fellowship. He was a minister, which is one of their kind of general clerics. He worships all the gods rather than one of the gods, the way that you all do as representatives. And he belonged, and so he's been very vocal in the past month about providing ideas of the way that the Divine Fellowship used to work. He's been quite vocal about sharing with you all the way things are supposed to be. Which has been interesting. You haven't really gotten to know him too well. You also find Lady Protector Marie, who is the head of the Church of Vestera, and it is she who has come to perform the ritual of the champion's choosing. So we're going to hone in right now on a few different people to kind of just experience and see where they're chatting. And we'll go ahead and start with Anduriel. I believe Anduriel is wandering around. Where is Anduriel wandering around? I believe you said he was going to be chatting with Lachlan. So where do they find themselves?
Well, I believe they're going to be in the lounge antechamber, sort of lounging.
Yeah, I've gotta check out the people as they come in. You know,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
get a good feel.
I guess we're sitting around that table. There's a little table. We're kind of sitting in some chairs. I have a glass in my hand full of red liquid. It is not blood.
Okay. Don't stereotype the vampire.
Don't you dare.
Is it Fey
Turns
blood?
to- I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to share. So yeah, they're just sort of sitting in the lounge chamber, and Duriel turns to Lachlan and just asks the simple question: "Well, Bart, what do you think of all this?"
Very political,
Should
but I think we need to. Work together in this fight.
when you say we, do you mean the royal we, or who are you referring to, Bart? Let's be clear. It's you and I. We've been together for how long? Since that girl got tied to the stake at the beginning. Tell me your thoughts.
No, he says, I mean you and I. I don't think we can. I think we'll struggle politically to move this organization ahead if it's led by something so hideous as our dear friend Gizik. And unless he's going to make ample use of the hat of disguise, I just don't think he can be allowed to win.
I don't disagree. I find you to be kind of silly, but you're probably the best alternative we have, or myself. The dragon has his, his positives, his negatives, mostly negatives, although I've warmed up to him a bit. And the others, I just don't know enough about them. So, wasn't there some crazy woman?
The Tefling?
Yes, the Tefling.
She's a wild card. Anybody who worships Vana is probably not going to be very reliable.
I find myself not being able to trust anything she says. I don't know if she's serious or if she's, having a go.
Yes, the other one though, the other one could be. I could follow her. She's at least makes sense. She's got reason.
She's a strong hunter as well. I could follow her.
Yes, but I think we'll it'd be interesting to stand back and see if the two of them, what with worshiping opposing goddesses, what they'll do to each other. I gotta say, I'm almost more looking forward to watching them as I am to fighting.
They do loathe each other. I remember first meeting the tiefling, and one of the first words out of her mouth was that she hated the other. That's fantastic for us today. I do think, however, if it can't be you or me, perhaps the dragon, perhaps the ogre, I don't know. I think we should probably help them as much as possible.
Yes, it would be nice to use them as weapons against the others first.
We not pulling any punches, are you? Okay. Do me one favor, Lachlan. Please don't sing any songs. Like 0 songs. Please.
Maybe some couplets we'll have to do.
Okay.
All right. For the greater good, I suppose.
You
The
can
greater
hear in
good.
the distance. You can hear in the distance Morocon like trying desperately to sing like an old draconic hymn, and it sounds awful.
People
I
in the
think that
crowd,
we're treating the sheep with the meal.
people in the crowd are kind of just slowly moving away from him and looking
But
away
Sabella is loving it. She's just entranced.
and backing it. Okay, so you two are kind of chatting over there in the foyer when a figure, I mean, there are people coming and going, but a figure kind of rushes past you in a shuffling of robes and moves into that kind of primary antechamber where the majority of the guests are and where the food is set up at the ends. And Gizik, you're in there, and all of a sudden you hear Deacon Durkin Quillfire, who has kind of become the unofficial secretary, if you would, of the organization. He's done a lot of the groundwork for getting the keep together, getting the estate transferred. He's kind of taking care of clerical duties, the non-religious clerical duties. So this figure shuffles past the two of you, and it looks really weird, and it's hunched over. And then the deacon says, announcing Madam Auntie Grundlesmacks, High Priestess of Sigrund. And in walks a hunched female hag figure in some raggedy patched gray robes that have been covered with a series of mismatched colored scarves and cheap costume jewelry in an attempt to imitate formal dress. And Gizik, I don't know where you are in there, but she scans the room and looks at you. And she says, my dear sweet boy, come give Auntie a kiss and a squunch. I taught him everything he knows about the craft. Oh, and Sigrun's religion. Praise Sigrun. Praise her planter barge. Praise her claws that snatch willing souls to their death and give them good homes and afterlives. Bunnies and rainbows. And then she looks over at the table and goes, is that a feast? I'm absolutely famished. Let's get something to eat, shall we? And Gizik, she comes over and tries to drag you over to the table. Now, Gizik, you remember Auntie Grundlesmacks as being a witch that was part of your mother Elspeth's coven. And the most that you remember about her is that she hit harder than your mother did. And that's kind of your experience with her. And she comes over and tries to drag you over to the feast table.
Oh. Grindlesmacks, was that the name?
Auntie Grundlesmacks.
Snack isn't the name, of course she hits.
It sounds like a breakfast cereal.
Oh, Auntie, you know looking terrible is not required to follow
Right.
Sigrun. But
All
yes, rainbows. Yes, rainbows.
Okay. So she pulls you over, and while you're talking, she's kind of barely paying attention to what you say. She shoves a piece of chicken in her mouth and is just kind of gnawing on it and looking at you and kind of looking around the room. And she says, where's the book? Then she bites the bone in half and swallows it.
Oh,
I hear
Auntie.
Lavender go, oh, Aelin, look, it's your mother.
Oh, my dear, I'm afraid that's just your mirror.
Book. I am afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Your mother's spell book. I performed a divination. I know it's surfaced. Where is it? Don't tell me you haven't found it yet.
Aelin slinks away.
Aelin, you have not yet returned the book to him. Dark Mother Magra has it, the head of your church.
I'll tell you nothing. I don't know where the book is.
Okay. She says,
Exactly.
she says, well, then you have to help me find it. I can make it worth your while, dear boy.
You can make it worth my while. Give me the book.
She says, I don't have the book. I was hoping you had it.
Not yet. But when I find it, I'll make sure to not let you know.
You're making a mistake, dear boy. I've been listening. I cast a few divination enchantments. I've had my ear to the ground. They say you're calling on Sigrun's power. I can teach you how to do it against any foe. You would be wise to accept an apprenticeship with me.
That won't be necessary. I'm learning. I went straight to the source. Sigrun's forcing me to learn everything I need to know.
Okay. She looks at you and she says, but therein lies the mistake. You don't let Sigrun dictate the terms of your discipleship. She'll run all over you if you do. And she just kind of continues chatting at you. She says, you consider my offer, dear boy. You find that book. You let Auntie Grindlesmacks help you. I can bring you power. We can share.
You don't share.
She says,
you share your fist, maybe.
All right. She looks like she's about to throw a tantrum and barely gets a hold of herself. She's like, Darn!
Oh, settle down, woman. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
She says, you don't have to be afraid of me. Once we find your mother's grimoire, perhaps you'd be interested in finding some of her enchanted items. You don't even know how to use the book. It's enchanted and encoded. I can teach you. You just think on that, dear boy. You think on that. And then she goes back to the table and starts stuffing it. And 2 seconds later, she's telling everyone how she taught you everything you know. So we'll just kind of skip over. Lavender, you slunk over away and you find yourself standing next to Aelin. Any conversation that happens between the two of you?
Yeah, I offer her a drink. Because, Aelin, honestly, you've just been a real pain this morning, I think. You need a drink.
That it would be most appreciated, dear.
Never thought I'd choose to stand next to you in a room, but my God, these people. Oh, really?
You're telling me. Well, in that we are as one.
Finally.
I believe we should discuss this
Yes.
this ritual. I do not trust all of these people to lead the fellowship, but begrudgingly as I may, I do believe that you would be a good choice. As much as
I knew you'd come around. It's all right. I have that effect on many.
not to be so cliche, but we're not so different, you and I. We're two sides of the same coin.
Still opposite sides, nonetheless.
Opposite sides, day and night.
Right.
Quite fitting for the sister goddesses.
Indeed.
I'm
sure they wouldn't want to see us lose to any of these.
No, in that they would also be as one. What are your thoughts on these clerics?
Well, I think that they are expecting us to make one play, and we can use that to our advantage. They'll be weaker on us. If we play up hating each other, they will lose their attention, and we can hide out until the time's right to strike. Work as one, and then may the best one win.
This I can agree with. And whether you or I, or even this other druid, who seems slightly more competent than the vampire or the bard at least.
But still distractible.
Distractible. They are... I would say that my main concerns would be this lovelorn bard and the bloodlusting vampire.
From what I've seen, they're better followers than leaders.
Well, one follows his heart and one follows the trail of blood and the scent and the bloodlust and...
My thoughts exactly. Can we not create both?
Yes, we can. Aylin's going to reach out her hands in a show of solidarity.
Lavender shakes it. And then takes a sip. Let's have fun then.
I'll drink to that.
We see none of this, right?
You guys are in the foyer talking to each other about how you're going to jack them.
Only
Ironically,
okay when we do it, though, right?
I'm sure. All right, so while you guys are having your chit chat over there, Deacon Durkin stands to attention and prepares to make another announcement. And he looks up and says, "Announcing celebrated actress and musician, Madame Melina Dulé, mother to Lachlan Dulé, the bard, and priest of Sindel." Okay, so into this room slinks a woman who is remarkably toned and fit. She looks like maybe she's about 40 years old, and she's wearing a strapless gold sequins dress. And it is slit all the way up the leg with those little like hoops of cloth connected from wrist to belt, kind of like Storm has on the X-Men. All gold sequins, by the way. Her hair is done up in a fancy curly bob that exposes all of her shapely neck and draws attention to all of this bare skin up here. And she walks in like she's accepting an Academy Award.
Oh, be still my beating heart.
Of course you'd be into that.
Okay.
So this was Moth saying that.
Yeah. Yes, she is there. So anyway, Lachlan, do you follow her in once you hear your mother's name, or do you
I just watch her make her entrance. I don't want to step into her limelight, but once she but then I will go up to her and give her a kiss on each cheek and just say, "Mother, ravishing as always."
Okay. She was walking in and just kind of letting people look at her, which you know she loves. And she lets everyone look at her, and then she knows you're there, but she takes a moment of letting someone else look at her. Thora, she looks over at you and she winks at you.
Thora is like playing with a bug on the floor. Not even paying attention.
She's totally irritated. She just a brief flicker crosses her face, and then she turns around, Lachlan, even though she's known you're there for a good minute, and she says, "Lachlan, darling, oh, come here." And she reaches out to hug you. And as you go to kiss her, she goes, "Now, don't muss Mummy's hair now. There, that's a good boy." And she says, "Well, congratulations on getting a part in this little club of yours. You seem to have gained the attention of some very important people. The High Lady Protector of the Church of Healing, the Night Lord of Winterrun. But, darling, some of the persons you have assembled here, there are people with horns and armor. And are those laborers?" She points to some of the chaplains in the corner.
This is racial profiling.
She says, "I mean, are they part of some kind of a circus troupe for tonight's entertainment?"
That's pretty close to the truth. I convinced that one, he points to Gizik, to wear a hat of disguise, but he refuses to change his appearance. Can you believe it?
She's horrified.
He's been changing his appearance all the time.
His nose size is not his appearance.
Never to be more attractive. He's like, bigger tusks. She says, well, darling, if you like, we can dismiss them all. And you and I, we could perform a scene from, I don't know, The Captain's Elf Maiden, or A Wizard for All the Ages, or something. I mean, darling, what is this little entire affair about? Is it going to keep you from returning home too much longer?
I'll probably be busy for many years. It is quite an important endeavor, but I do have a thought, Mother. The Night Lord recently lost his wife.
Okay.
He's quite strapping.
A what now?
Okay.
What?
Okay. So she looks up and she looks around and she's like, oh, okay, Aelin Lysinopril, the wizardess who helped everyone get into the keep, who is wearing her traditional yellow wizard's robe and a pink turban. She looks over to you, Aelin, and she takes a puff on her cigarette holder and she goes, oh my gods. In she comes, and there goes good taste running out the door. Quick, somebody catch it. And she says it really loud to you. So, Aelin, she's saying it to you, but she's trying to make sure that Melina Dulé hears it.
What problem have you with me, madam?
All right. She says, oh, I've no problem with you, darling, but would you look at that golden nightmare that just walked in the door? Someone should cover her up.
I'm standing right here.
Other golden nightmare. Come on.
Okay.
We gotta get him straight.
Is this... Well, I for one think that whilst it may be a bit ostentatious, it is quite dashing for such an affair. What?
Lavender will interrupt and be like, I wouldn't bother defending yourself to people such as these.
Hey, go to bed.
Hardly worth our time.
Oh, she said that about Lysinopril, who's judging.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Okay. All right. She just looks at you and she says, well, apparently there's no end to the riffraff. And
Well, yes, look what they've dragged in.
She tries to stomp off, but she trips over her robe. And as she does so, Lachlan, your mother heard her with her loud, disparaging remark. And she says, why, Lysinopril Archontet, is that you? The last time I remember seeing you wasn't that when we were in the Two Mermaids of Morellon? Didn't you fall into the orchestra pit when we were in that? And she looks back and glares, grabs Moroccon's arm as she rights herself up, and she says, you should know. You tied my shoes together and paid the porter to trip me. And Lachlan's mother kind of just smiles at her and turns away. And they both kind of walk away from Aelin.
Aelin has her foot on her cloak.
Okay. All right. Aelin, are you trying to hide it, or are you doing it brazenly?
She's doing it stealthily.
Make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay.
All of your skills are lined up. You can see what all of your modifiers are. So roll the 1d20 and
So I get a +4 to this. 14.
14. All right. Well, she is... Okay, yeah. She has no idea that you've done this, and she starts slinking away, and Morocon, she steadied herself on your arm, and she goes, ow! And she tips over and falls backwards, and is now hanging on the end of Morocon's arm like this, and her turban goes askew, and her wig goes with it. So she's got gray hair now sticking out of this blonde wig that she was wearing. And she looks like mortified. She looks panicked, like she doesn't know what to do.
So Morokhan has been trying desperately to ignore what has been happening until she grabs onto my arm. And now she's forced my hand. I have to help her back up and try to like dust off her little turban and put it back on her head.
All right, so you try to right her turban. It's not off her head, so you try to right her turban, and she goes,
Okay.
Stop it, don't touch me.
Dear, do you need a hand?
Okay. All right, she looks back at you, and she's like, I'm fine. And she throws her robe back into place over her shoulder.
Oh, well, the amenities are that way if you need a mirror.
Okay,
In a moment.
The robe like slaps me in the face as she whips it around.
okay. Morokhan, she walks behind you, and being that she is an illusionist, she vanishes. Poof. I mean, with barely even a word, you're an alien, you're not even sure you saw her cast, but she just vanishes. Poof, invisible. More
That was strange.
okay.
Wizards.
So the conversation continues, and Thora, you thought that you had escaped, but Sister Fought of Air has been following you all evening long, and she comes up and she goes, "Oh, Thora, there you are. Where have you been hiding?"
I've been. A couple of centipedes got in. I was making sure that they weren't going to get stepped on.
And she says, "Oh, well, never mind with all of the bugs. We've got important things to talk about."
What do you wish to talk about? Please.
Well, she says, "Of course. I mean, we don't have anything against tieflings, per se, but you know their lineage means that they're irredeemably corrupted by either the Abyss or the Hells. And in Aylin's case, I imagine it's the Abyss." She says, I'm not saying she shouldn't be a member of the Hallowed Council. I mean, we'll need to watch her. But don't you think the voice of the Fellowship should be someone less tainted, less Tarsirian? I mean, who do you think our ideal leader would be?
I think our ideal leader would be someone who was accepting of everyone despite their lineage. Just because of her heritage, that does not make her inherently evil. It's her actions that prove whether she is good or evil. You have to give them the chance to show you just how good they can be.
She looks at you like she doesn't have words for a minute, and she looks over at Aylin, and she looks back at you, and she says, well, I mean, I'm sure she's lovely, and everyone is
If Aylin has seen her, even for a moment, look over at her, then she gives an almost imperceptible wink.
At Sister Fought of Air. Okay. It's easy to meet contact. She's fodder for being egged on. So you wink at her, and she looks at you, and she tries to smile at you, but it's like forced and fake, and she's not even like, it's obvious, but she waves, and she says, I mean, I suppose that whoever the gods choose to be worthy of leading our fellowship will be decided in the arena, but I just think that maybe we ought to consider, as we engage in combat, who might be the best choice.
I don't know if there is a best choice. So long as discourse happens and it is civil and conversations are going the proper way, there isn't a problem. The issue with a singular leader is that one person makes all the decisions. We should all have a say in anything that happens. So just because she's a tiefling doesn't mean her role as leader should be negated, just the same as Anduriel. because of his heritage and his bloodline and his curse, maybe even. Just because of who they are, that doesn't make them any different.
Okay, she looks at you and she says, oh, what do you mean his curse? You mean the fact that he worships Naylock?
Let's go with that, just because I understand you're not a fan of her as much.
Oh.
I will roll diplomacy if I have to.
Go for it. Make a diplomacy check.
Out of this.
It's
I
actually
have-
the curse of balding.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Okay, that is exactly what you needed to hit her will. So, she looks a little bit guilty while you're talking about not judging people, which is kind of her specialty. And she says, well, I suppose that we ought to respect one another. I mean, we are going to be working together. I just have a few concerns, but I suppose that I think I'm going to get a drink.
Before you get that drink, it has been a long time since we've played. Care for a game?
She frowns a little bit because the last time you played, like most times you've played chess, you won. And as often happens when you're playing chess with Sister Faudever, she tries to subtly imply that you're cheating every time you win, when really it has more to do with the fact that she has an intelligence of 9. But she says, maybe once it's all over. And then she runs, like just kind of braces herself.
Bye, sister.
In the distance, you hear Morokhan trying to, like, you hear the end of a joke that Morokhan's trying to make small talk with the people around. And then I told the Duchess that was not my tale.
Okay.
And I'm the only one laughing.
Okay.
Except for a tiny little Sabella laugh right next to you, unnecessarily.
Okay, so there is another announcement that comes from the deacon, which is a little bit surprising. He says, announcing speaker to the Outer Woods, grand voice of the Feyborn, glorious Willow of the Grove, Princess Aleliar Starsvalian. And in walks a fairly young elf maiden, just into her 2nd century of life, perhaps, dressed in an all floor-length, full sleeveless gown of some shimmering white material that fades into sky blue, giving her dress the overall appearance of the sky. Atop her head is a small crown of gold and jade etched to appear like 2 willows whose branches are intertwining at their treetops. And she kind of walks through the crowd and nods politely and moves slowly, making greetings to people. And you realize that all the way across the other side of the continent, a princess of the Elven lands, probably 5th in line for the throne, has graced us with her presence. And she just kind of walks around nodding and looking at people. And then she spots Morokhan, which is not hard to do, and hears his booming laughter. And she kind of makes a beeline straight to Morokhan, still being graceful, polite. And she says, greetings, noble dragonborn. Tell me, what brings you to this austere gathering?
Greetings, young elf. Do I recognize her?
What's that?
Do I recognize her?
Well, you've heard of her. Tarsiria is north of the Elven lands. There's a mountain range between you, but they're some of your closest neighbors. So you've heard of the Starsvalian Elven family. They are the royal house that rules over the Elven lands. If you want to make a knowledge history check, I'll tell you what you know about her.
Okay.
The rest of you may do the same if you would like.
Is that a history check?
Knowledge history check that tells you about the
history.
area. Or just history. I call it knowledge history, but
19.
okay. Well, that's not bad. Anybody get higher than a 19?
No.
21.
21. Okay. So Morokhan, here's what you know. You've heard of her. She is 5th in line for the throne, probably 5th, maybe 4th in line for the throne. She is one of the younger members of the family, and she's kind of an odd duck in her family because of her choices. You know that she is one of her titles is Speaker to the Outer Woods, She's an ambassador for the royal family to the other kingdoms outside the Elven lands. You know that she is quite a famous bard, and that she is also dabbles in some kind of mental powers like Lavender. She is whispered to be studying psionics. So she looks up at you, and you what did you say to her? Little elf girl?
No, young elf girl.
Okay. She says, Noble Dragonborn, I am honored by the familiarity with which you speak to me. I am accustomed to being referred to by my title. Princess Aleliar will do. Tell me, Noble Dragonborn, why do you believe the existence of such an organization is necessary? Didn't the first Divine Fellowship fall?
Yes. But Amina's ways are strange, and she has guided me without saying much, and I suspect that reorganizing the Divine Fellowship is quite possibly the reason why she has summoned me this far away. Is this the same reason why she has brought you to the...
She uses Himena's elven name, and she says, Sehanin, her ways are mysterious. But it seems to me that if an organization fell the first time it was founded, perhaps that is a sign of the gods' lack of support in its creation.
Or perhaps it was a sign of they needed new blood.
Then tell me, Dragonborn, I'm curious, why have the other elven gods not sent representatives? I see no priestess of Titania or Corellan Lorethian. Where are the other gods? Why are they not all represented? Okay, the rest of you are watching this exchange, and Morocon is like, you want some Fritos?
I have an intelligence of 10. Give me a break.
Okay, just letting you know. Well, she doesn't back off. She says, and Noble Dragonborn, what of the demon gods? The old fellowship extended its membership to even Grumsh One Eye of the Orcs and Lulth herself. And some say that is why it fell. Is it your organization's intention to permit such representatives?
Is that why you're here?
Okay. All right.
I'm genuinely confused.
Okay. She looks at you and kind of cocks an eyebrow. Make an insight check, please. Let's see how well you're reading her.
Oh, boy.
The rest of
While
you
this is
also...
going on, can Sabella be like walking in between them like in a little figure eight, just like
Absolutely.
trying
Oh
to
my
mimic
gosh.
the draconic song that he sang to her earlier, but in like this really light pitched little girl's voice.
Yes. Oh. So I rolled really poorly. Let's just say I'm being distracted by Sabella.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
She looks very dispassionate to you. The rest of you, anybody roll higher than a 5?
I got a 23.
Okay. Lachlan, she seems to be hiding some kind of deep-seated irritation. You can't tell if it's with Morocon, if it's the entire event, or the fact that Sabella is bouncing around her legs, kind of like running in a circle, looking at her. Sabella, as you go running around the princess, the
My hand
elves...
dips into her pocket. Oh, no.
Okay, she doesn't have any pockets on this dress, but if you want to play with some of the etchings or some of the embroidery on her sky-colored gown, you could irritate her. But
And if I can, she looks at Moroccan and then she looks at the princess and she's like, "Is he your boyfriend? Did you come here to watch him today? You look
Okay.
really pretty."
Okay, Sabella, you she doesn't respond to you at all, Sabella. She She looks
Are
at
you
you.
having a fight?
Are you here to represent
Break
Lowell?
up?
Sabella, your mouth closes against your will, and your body starts walking away against your will. She slides you 3 squares towards Gizik. And you're not really sure how she did this. Lavender, make a knowledge arcana check, please. Or just an arcana check.
Arcana is something I can do. Plus, frick, I forgot how good she is at this. 13 plus 11, 24.
crap.
Okay, Lavender, you are, whether or not you are watching the exchange, you become aware that somebody is channeling psionic energy. And with that high of a roll, you look over and you can tell what has just happened here. She just used a dominating effect on Sabella and forced her to walk away. But there is virtually no indication that she's done it. She's smooth. Like she's butter smooth at hiding what she's done.
Lavender is just like, it takes her a moment to process that this elvish princess has just done this to a child who, like, she perceives, because she hasn't really come face to face with Sabella yet, to be like an irritating, precocious, but relatively normal child.
Mhm.
And so she goes and picks her up and she's like, you. And she won't talk to her because she knows how to deal with that. So she just gives her a nice smile and then carries Sabella away.
Okay.
'Cause Lavender's
Okay.
polite.
Alrighty. Well, I believe it's time to turn the time over to the character that Ryan will be playing in addition, which would be the Lady Protector Marie of the Church of Bestera, the head of the Church of Bestera, who calls everyone to attention.
So she looks to be in her mid-30s. She has platinum blonde hair, and it's held back by just long blonde hair, but it's held back in a circlet. And she has is carrying a slender staff that goes to a very faint pale blue diamond on the top that you can see has some small runes on it that are all religious in nature. Lots of symbols that you would expect to be on a Besteran item, and everywhere she goes, she's where like the princess commands this sort of royal attention. She looks modest and innocent, but yet radiates, like if you get near her at all, you feel so good. And it's a good like you're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you kind of feeling.
It's a Mrs. Claus kind of aura, as opposed to
It is.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a courage that you think you feel so confident with her. Like you get a little too close to her, and you think, okay, Navariel, just show up. We can take you right now. It's just there's so much coming off her. But she wears a silver dress that has a high collar, but it's not very ornate, and a cloak that has a little bit of, like, it's fur lined, but not like puffy fur, just some kind of nice fur, and she just holds that staff. She taps the staff very lightly, but it seems to you feel it more than hear it, and she kind of just stands there, smiles, and waits for it to quiet down. And she says, and when she speaks, you feel that same sort of hopefulness. Like, I don't want her to stop talking. She says, welcome to this momentous occasion. Thank you for coming, nobility, church officials, and people, you hands of the gods. I myself was present at the formation of the first coalition of priests, this divine fellowship, and it is an honor and a momentous occasion for us to be gathered here to do what was once done, to be done again. You all know that the selection of the voice involves ritual combat, and some might ask why such violence is necessary. But priests are on the forefront of a battle every day against the faithless, against the archfey, and now against the fallen. We take up arms against each other now to purge those rivalries and those petty differences between us, so that there may be nothing but peace between us in the future. Those who fight will serve as representatives of their church on the hallowed council, and the final victor will serve as the voice of the divine fellowship. Are you all ready to proceed?
Sister Fotiver charges forward.
Gizik just kind of shrugs and walks forward.
So she is standing in that assembly hall, up on the stand, and she says, "Please form a circle in the center of this chamber. If you don't, you can't participate."
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I've already stepped forward, so I'm in position for the circle.
Do we need to make
Lavender-
a check to see how
Lavender-
incompetent we are at making a circle?
It's an oval. None of us survive.
It's a triangle. We die.
The council's never made.
It's a circle, but it's like wonky, so it's like an oval, and because
But the
someone,
god's displeased by it,
Like,
so they
tighten that
struck
up.
us
Yeah.
down.
someone wanted to freehand it really badly, but they just didn't get it.
No.
No, I think anybody stepping out of line, Deacon Durkin's gonna like push him into the position.
Okay, so poor Moroccon's like, what is a circle? And Deacon like kind of shoves him.
She
I'm
says,
like looking around, trying to chug the last of my ale, just like, whoa, okay.
as part of the ritual, you will all draw on your own, on your ability to channel the divinity from your deities, and it is that will power the ritual. So you will not have the ability to use that those same abilities in the combat. You will also find that normally fatal blows will not kill you. There is no way to die in this ritual, only to succumb to your wounds or be eliminated through defeat.
I have a question.
Yes.
Moth has a question.
All right, Moth does. Sorry, I thought it was Aelin.
So we can't channel divinity, but can we use our other divine powers? I was just a bit unsure about that. Okay. So we just can't channel divinity.
Yep.
Okay, continue.
So it's a little bit sort of like with your powers combined, I am Captain Planet kind of thing. So you each can begin to summon. It isn't like using your channel divinity power. It is just as if you begin to access your deity through prayer or whatever. So for Lachlan, he begins to kind of glow a rosy glow, and it emanates from him and sort of stops in the center of the circle. What do your individual divinity, how does that manifest?
Why don't we go through the order that we went through for introducing ourselves?
So JT?
All right. Well, Anduriel kind of starts to like this silver shimmer that turns into a black shadow that comes off of him and goes towards the middle and expands a little bit to kind of goes over Lachlan's a little bit.
Jeff?
Yeah, this green mist just kind of emanates out and kind of encircles everything and kind of obscures it.
Gizik.
Wrong color of green. Oh, I think.
It's
Morocon.
You can't smell anything.
Morocon.
Morocon looks over at Sabella and just gives her a little like, "We got this." As this basically the sun, so this really bright, fiery light goes in towards the center to kind of outshine pretty much everything else that's going on in there.
Oh, who's next? John, Thora. Oh no, sorry, Lulu. Nope, sorry, Scarlet.
Just went through all the names.
Go again.
List is in front of you.
Aelin.
As Aelin channels her divinity, it comes out as a glowing aura that's a kind of dark blue void, but seems filled with stars, almost like blue sandstone.
Lavender.
Lavender, yeah, hers is dark purple. But it sort of fades into gold as it heads into the center and meets the others. And Lavender is holding Sabella, and it's not until Moroccan winks at her, and she's like, "Oh," and then she realizes Sabella's in her arms, and she's like, "Ah, child," puts Sabella down, and this child that she believed was normal, yeah, it's not affectionate. She's like, "Okay, you're safe now," and Sabella is just obnoxiously bright, and it flashes, and I'd like to imagine it blinds everyone for at least a second, and then you see a strong white light meeting the center.
Thora.
As Thora channels the power of Finhifara, it almost appears like moving earth, like an earthquake happening in front of him. And it moves almost like stalactites forming until it hits the center, and then it all calms.
So all of these energies combine, but they don't mix. It's like they're swirling around each other. They don't combine into a new substance.
You forgot Sister Fadavera, dude.
Oh yeah, duh. Sister Fadavera.
You're not in the circle. You're not allowed.
She worships the goddess of healing, so she throws in some band-aids. Just throws band-aids into the... No, she grabs her holy symbol and says some kind of prayer to Bestera about asking the most worthy person here to be chosen and favored. And then she is enveloped in just kind of a soft white light, the kind of white light that is pleasing to the eye, not overwhelming like the obnoxious sun of Emina or Vahara. So, yeah, kind of thing.
So all of those powers are still manifest. They're swirling together, and it for a second it kind of you look at it and it's very pretty. You almost expected them to kind of boil together into some solid homogeneous mixture, and they don't. They retain their separateness, but yet they're combining into a kind of like a sphere of art, and then you out of the corner of your eye you see Lady Marie stand up and take the staff of virtue. And FYI, everybody knows about the staff of virtue. That thing is like pretty much makes her. I mean, it's really powerful. Like, and you don't want to touch it if you're not her. But she just takes it and just again that there's a very lightly taps it, but there is a thunder crack that ripples through the room, and for a moment everything goes so white that you think you've passed out. But it's very, very brief, and you find yourself standing in a clearing. Well, a clearing of sorts, right, Matt?
You find yourselves standing in a courtyard that is familiar to you and also unfamiliar to you. Moroccan, you've actually seen this courtyard in vision before. You recalled seeing members of the old Divine Fellowship in this courtyard, defending themselves as the old Divine Fellowship fell. And you find yourselves all in different places in this garden, in this little courtyard. All right, so get your pencils out, people, because you got to keep track of where everybody is. We're going to start with Thora. Thora, being the druid and in balance, you find yourself in the very center of the courtyard in square O14. So Thora is in O14.
God, how many squares does this have?
On the whole board? Or
In the circle. I did not come prepared with grid paper.
It's got quite a few. I can email it to you. Do you want me to email it to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will email it to you. And then, okay, so Thora, you are in O14. And I will take 2 seconds. I will type in Moth. I will attach the document. And I will give you disadvantage on all of your rolls. No, I wouldn't.
Greater disadvantage.
I wouldn't do that.
House rule.
I'm an arts student. I don't own lined paper.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, attached.
I work at a
That's purely
school. We have plenty.
territory.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some of us work in public education.
Damn right I do.
God, we've got. Oh. Okay, Thora, you find yourself on O14 in the very center. Lavender, you find yourself on T20 in the upper right-hand corner of the map by the bush. Aylin will be on square M21. She's on the right-hand side below Lavender by the fountain.
Which one was that again?
Hang on.
Aylin is on M21 by the fountain. Morocon, you are on H18. You are down below Aylin, diagonal from the fountain.
What was that number again?
Which one?
H18.
Anduriel, you are on T8. You are in the upper left-hand corner between the trees. Opposite of Lavender. You and Lavender can't even see each other.
Which, who was that?
Anduriel.
Okay.
Sister Fod of Air is on square M7 by the opposite fountain. Gizik, you are right below her on square H8. And Lachlan, you are on the drawbridge on square B14. And now, ladies and gentlemen, initiative, and then I will be happy to repeat any location anybody needs. Please roll for initiative.
Oh, shit. I haven't rolled yet. That was just my, get the bad luck
Sure.
out of the way.
I have a 20.
Okay, total? 20
Yes,
Gizik.
20 total.
All right.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Lavender was 5.
Okay.
Aylin was 6.
Yes!
At 5.
Morocon is 7!
Okay.
Andrea got 12.
All right. And Ariel, I'm going to make you 13 because your dexterity is way higher than Sister Fod of Air's.
Okay.
Okay.
And Thora got a 14.
Oh, all right then.
I'm so glad we're rolling so well.
Lachlan.
This is a great beginning.
16.
And Lachlan got
so
a 16. All right. All right. Gizik, Lachlan, Thora, Anduriel, Fadaver, Morocon, Aylin, and Lavender. That is everyone. Gizik, you start the show, my friend.
All right.
Okay, for a minute there, it is dead silent as you all materialize in here, and then you look over, and Sabella Gable materializes right next to Aylin.
Yes.
In what square?
Left or right?
She is in square N21, right above Aylin.
Excuse me?
A little child has just materialized into the area, right next to Aylin.
Get her! Get her!
Take her out, Aylin!
And she has an initiative of 21. So,
Oh my god! Okay.
destruction.
She starts
Sabella
playing
Gable.
hopscotch right away.
So
Oh,
is
yeah.
Sabella going to win this. Then?
I
All right.
know.
Where's Sabella at?
She is right above Aelin in square
N21.
N21.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
If she wins, this fellowship deserves to fail.
Hey, what happened to "and a little child shall lead them"? Get into your Bible, son.
It depends on the child.
Y'all are
Moroccan
just
look-
jealous.
Moroccan looks over and is like, huh? Oh,
Like,
Are
I
you
can tell you.
supposed to be here?
hey,
It-
Sibby.
it occurs to you.
I don't
as
know.
you
Are you
see
supposed
her-
to be here?
Who brought Mini-Me?
You look lost. Are you scared? It's okay. And she reaches across and pats your knee.
Aelin just stiffens at the touch.
Okay. Is that all Sabella does on her turn?
No, she also, because she can fight people.
No.
Oh,
Oh boy.
She will. Sorry, I did not expect to roll 21 on her initiative. She will. Looking at the thing, there's a. bit
I'm
of
not
cover.
a thing.
Congrats, man. Congrats. No, that was Lily. That's Isabella. I'm sorry. And her to run. I know what numbers are. She's gonna pretend to be scared and be like, I don't want to be here, and then she's gonna run up a tree.
Okay. Have her make an athletics check, please, to climb up the tree.
Okay. Athletics is a thing I can do really, really well.
Is there like a ring out system here?
Yeah.
This is a fight to the death. That is the only way the ritual ends.
Can it be like Harry Potter? Kill the spare, and we.
I'm not seeing athletics. Can I use strength?
Athletics should be one of your first skills in your character sheet. Give me 2 seconds. I can bring it up. I already have it up, in fact.
What square did
It's
she go
below
to?
Arcana.
Yeah, I've got
N21,
stealth,
John.
realize, thievery.
what tree is she trying to run up into?
Athletics is right under Arcana. You have a +6, Lavender. So roll 20 and add 6.
Okay. 11 plus 6, 17.
Okay. Sabella scrambles up the tree in 019. That is where she is now.
Okay, cheers.
And that is her turn. Okay. That is Sabella. Gizik, it's your turn, my friend.
All right.
Good move, Sibby.
Gizik starts to grin and just rock forms
Gizik,
around.
you're silent.
You're muted.
Sorry, somebody was making some noise, so I muted for a second. All right, so Gizik starts to grin, and just this rock starts forming around his fist. He's going to use Fist of Stone, which
Okay.
is completely different from Stone Fist.
Right off the bat.
Okay.
And then he's going to walk over to Sister Fadaver, move to L8,
L8, Gizik.
and attack with Hag's Hunger.
Ooh, right off the bat.
Okay, you go charging at her, and she looks at you, and she goes, "What are you doing?"
So that's a 18 and a 14 versus AC.
Both of those are misses, my friend.
Oh no.
So you miss completely with one, and she barely dodges out of the way over and looks at you, and she says, "You dirty bird." And that is your turn. Lachlan. It's your turn, Lachlan.
Dirty.
Language, Sister Fatima, language.
Ow.
I want to go.
Someone's a Falcons fan.
2, 3. I want to move up 2 squares into D14.
Okay. Lachlan, D14.
Yep. And I will ready an action to use Staggering Note, and then in using my telepathy, I say to Moroccan, say, You go after Aelin. I'll go after the druid.
This whole time, my eyes have been trained on Aelin anyway, and I didn't even realize that anyone was behind me. So I'll be like, "Whoa, what?
Inner voice? Is that you?
What is that?"
Are you my
No, it's
conscience?
just Lachlan.
So I've got a ready action.
Okay.
So you're holding?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. That was Lachlan. He has a ready to action. Thora, it is your turn, my friend.
Okay. Thor, just a quick check. Are those trees in like L14? Are those trees like we can be under them, or are they like topiary, like bushes?
They're big trees. Those are the tree trunks, and they go up the number of squares by the number that you have on them.
Gotcha. He is going to move to L14.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure he could move under it. And then he's going to use his daily seed of healing to form a healing seed that he can hold on to. And then he's just going to... That's a minor action to use.
Yep. You still have an attack and a move. Well, you moved. Now you have an attack.
He's going to hold chill wind for anyone who gets close to him.
Okay. All right. That is Thora's turn. Enduriel, it is your turn, my friend.
All right. Well, Giza kind of threw down already, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can get over 1, 2, 3.
You have to start somewhere.
Okay, he's gonna move to N8.
Okay. Enduriel N8.
Yep, that will exhaust my movement there. And he's going to attack Sister Fodivere.
What? You sickos.
She's a bit judgy of him. Not
Of
even
him?
judgy. Dismissive, I should say. She's dismissive of him because he's a little
Okay.
judgy himself.
She's also a little racist.
Just a little.
Slightly. So I think we're going after a target we can all agree on. Except Sister Fodivere.
Nobody wants her to be the voice.
So he's going to attack with Taste of Life. It's Fortitude.
Okay. Her fortitude is 19.
So this is a vampire attack. So I got plus. That's a natural 20, sir.
You're going to
Okay,
pay
how
for
do I do
this.
this? You guys see that?
Yep.
Sorry.
You're gonna pay for attacking the DM's character, but that's fine.
That's a 13.
Add your attack bonus.
So that would be a 19.
Okay. All right, that is a hit. So you roll the critical and you backed it up.
Now, okay. So he didn't. I didn't say I was going to use Blood Drinker, but I usually say that as I'm attacking.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to roll. You do max damage because you did a crit.
Yeah. So it's 18. 29 points of damage.
Okay. Now you need to roll 2d6 for your implement. I'm assuming you're attacking with the Leviathan's tooth.
No, this is a vampire attack. Taste of Life.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, there's
Alrighty.
There's nothing else.
How much did you say? 29?
29.
29. Okay.
Ouch.
All right. 29. Poor Sister Fodivere. She was so convinced she had this thing all wrapped up. Okay. All right, that is Enduriel. Sister Fodivere's turn. Well, the first thing she does is expend one of her lay on hands to heal herself a surge plus 5, which would be 15, putting her back up to 35. So you come up behind her, Anduriel, and you slam into her back, and she goes, ugh! And she leans forward towards Gizik, and she touches herself and heals herself, and then she turns around and drops her daily on you, Paladin's Judgment. What is your AC, Anduriel?
Is she bloodied?
She is no longer bloodied, my friend.
Well, poop. No, it's 16.
She needs a 5 to hit you. Oh, look, an 18. So she unsheathes that great sword, and Paladin's Judgment does triple weapon damage. So excuse me while I grab all of these die 6s that I need to roll damage on you. Just 1 second here. Okay. 3 1s. I mean, I'm completely impartial here to who wins. Okay, so 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 5, 17. You take 23 points of damage, Anduriel.
That is not great.
We're just trying to make the DM's life easier by just having to focus on being DM instead of...
That's right. Paladin's Judgment also allows her to use a healing surge. Oh, look at that. She uses another one, and she's almost back up to full. And she looks at you in a very not religious, pious way. And she looks at you, swings her sword around, and slashes across your arm. And she says, "You're going to regret that, dirty bird."
Is that a bit of darkness I sense in you, sister? See, when we get into the heat of battle, all that piousness washes away, doesn't it?
All right, she comes back at you and goes, "Wash away this!" and renews her attack. Morokhan, it's your turn.
Okie dokie. Boy, things just got real. Okay, I am going to head over to L20.
Okay.
Is he close enough to get Sabella's aura of good fortune?
What does it say on the aura?
Unconsciously grants greater advantage on all 1d20 rolls to the closest one person she perceives as an ally.
Is it aura 1 or does it not say?
It's I just clicked have it. Aura 2.
Okay.
Or
Yes.
is that a range of 2?
Yeah, it's a range of 2.
Sorry.
She almost was close enough, but not quite.
Okay.
If you want, given that Sabella didn't really quite have a turn, I'll let her scramble over and grant it to him if she wants to.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
she will.
Morokhan, you have greater advantage on all your rolls while you're
She
next.
blows you a little kiss. Good luck.
So where is she now then?
She's still where she is. She's just kind of hanging over into square N19. So she's hanging off the side of the tree, blowing kisses at Morokhan and wishing him good luck.
Oh, Sibby, you just became my favorite person. All right. So I've got my eyes trained on Aelin here, and I'm going to sprint over to her. I will use my minor action to assume my Fighting Fury stance.
Okay.
And using Stone Fist, I will Eagle Claw Strike at Aelin, which is and then +2 from Sabella, right?
Nope, you roll twice.
No, you get to roll twice.
I get to roll twice. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So that would be a 25 against Fortitude.
Pretty sure that hits.
Yep.
This is no way to treat our friends. But
Nothing
yet,
personal.
But yet here we are. All right.
Nothing personal. I'm sure. It's just.
Okay, so she takes.
You're gonna get Infernal Raft, you know.
So she takes 25 damage And she is -3 to her AC
Until the end of your next turn.
until the end of her turn.
Okay. So Aelin, a great big old dragonborn, comes up and dukes you. And now it's your turn, Aelin.
I was going to leave you for last.
Well, I'm sorry, you were closer.
Somebody ate their Grindle snacks this morning.
She's going to glare very witheringly first. Is going to use cause fear on you.
Okay. Where? 1 second here.
So just mutters under her breath as she points a clawed finger towards you.
Okay, Aelin, you got to shift away 1 square, or he's going to get an attack opportunity. Where you want to move?
I'm going to. So, which squares he moved to?
He is in square L20, right diagonal from you. Do you want to move just diagonal away from him?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Aelin moves into square M22. She moves 1 square back diagonal. And go ahead and roll your attack and add 7. Morocon, what is your will?
19.
Oh boy, but I hope this is good.
Big money.
I'm not even kidding. That was a natural 20.
Oh. Boom, shakalaka. It's too bad this isn't one of those damaging powers. Hey, Morocon.
Whoops, there goes my entire.
There we go. We got you. Okay, Morocon, you are compelled to take a free action to move as far away as you can. A number of squares equal to your speed, a +1. And it provokes attacks of opportunity from anybody, but there's nobody around. So Morocon, you run away. Your speed +1, so 1, 2, 3, 6. Morocon, what's your speed? 7, 6?
It's a 6, so the +1 would be 7.
Okay, so you wind up in square 12D. Lachlan Morocon runs right past you. If you want to hit him, you can.
Oh!
So he whacks her, and Aelin casts a spell, and she's like, away.
Well, not my target. And I think I've recovered from almost knocking my entire computer down.
Okay. Aelin, you still have a minor action. Do you want to use
Yes.
Healing Word on yourself?
I think I'll definitely be using Healing Word.
Okay. All right. So you can roll the 1d6.
4.
Okay, and let me find your surge value. So you get 13 hit points back, Aelin.
Okay.
Okay, boom.
Lachlan doesn't take the attack of opportunity. He just sits there and laughs. He's having trouble. Like I told you, this is a show to him. He is not in the right mindset for this.
I believe that Moroccan is still within 10 squares of me.
Yeah.
He's going to get one of my free actions, if that's okay.
Sure. What do you want to do to him?
Infernal Wrath.
Oh, that's not nice. Okay. Take that, Morocon. How much damage?
So 1d6 plus my intelligence modifier, I believe. 7.
7 points of damage, Morocon. She burns you with fire.
And you're pushed again in a square further away from me.
Okay. Now you're in square 11C. You almost shoved him into the water.
Just as the gods willed.
Okay, Lavender, it's your turn.
I put 7 points of damage.
Okay, he's no longer. Oh no, he is within 10 squares of me too. Morrigan?
I am. If I'm 10 squares, if I was 10 squares away from Aelin, then I'm
Yeah,
still
I'm a bit closer.
He's
Yeah, so I am gonna shout out to you, good shot, and I'm going to cast Mind Lock as I do that, pretending to encourage you for hitting Aelin.
A double cross. Intrigue.
So that's a 1d20 to hit. 19, natural 19. And
who are you attacking? Morocon or Aelin?
Morocon, but I'm
Okay.
pretending that I'm congratulating him.
Morocon is way too far away from you to
Oh,
attack.
is he? Okay.
Am
He's
I?
Alright.
way too far away. Yeah, you are. You're on the Morocon, you're on the drawbridge. Lavender is
okay,
all the way at the top of the screen.
Okay, I'm still
Sorry.
away then. Okay.
That's okay. Lavender is up by this tree right up here, and Morocon is
Scale,
all
not my
the way to the
friend.
drawbridge. That's
Never
okay.
mind. I won't do that. I will teleport instead 5 squares closer.
Okay. Tell me where
And
you
then
want to
am
end up.
I close enough? I want to end up in 16.
M16. Yes, you are close enough.
And I want to instead mind lock on Sister Father.
You're attacking Sister Father. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, with mind lock.
Okay. All right. Get her.
Yeah,
It's a
can I
turn.
keep the same roll? Natural 19. I mean,
Okay. You rolled a natural 19.
yes.
Yeah, you got her.
I add something to it. All right, so that is a hit as a 1d8 plus my intelligence modifier, which I have. That's a natural 1. So hopefully I'm smart.
Okay.
4, so 5.
Okay.
Psychic damage, and then she's slowed until the end of my next turn.
Well, I guess there won't be any running away for her.
No. Yeah, augment 1. If I hit, she can also not shift until the end of my next turn. So
Okay.
have a fun time.
All right, so you make contact. Anduriel, you and Gizik, you're both on the other side of her, and all of a sudden, Sister Fodderbear goes, "Oh!" Like somebody has just decked her in the face. And that's what she does. Okay. All the way to the top. Sabella, it's Sabella's turn.
Wonderful. Great. All right. Sabella is going to give Aelin a little smile. And she is going to cast Death by 1,000 Questions. So... Well, that's a natural 1.
On Aelin, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a miss.
it is. It is a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. So you start asking Aelin questions and shouting at her. What do you shout at her?
Why are you that color? Why do you look like that? Are you trying to fight my friend? And then but it's like she's sort of like hanging off the tree upside down, so it's a bit muffled. So it's more like, my friend.
Okay. Very good. All right, Gizik, it's your turn, Gizik.
All right, I look over to Anduriel and I say, "You really don't want Sister Fadaver to win this. She's terrible." And this whole time I'm just talking to him, convincing him that how bad she is. I'm using magic to basically attack his defenses and attack him with aggressive compulsion.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I bit her.
Which is versus
Yeah.
fortitude.
Fortitude is 20.
I missed with that too. It was a bad roll. I rolled a 14.
Oh. Well, it could have been worse. Is that all you're gonna do? Do you have a move and a minor?
Yeah. I'm going to shift over to L7.
Okay. To flank.
And I'm going to try to bewitch Sister Fadaver.
Okay, her will is 19. Go for it.
My die hovered on 19 for almost a half a second and then turned over to a 1.
Oh, poor Gizik. Okay, Lachlan, you're up, my friend.
It was balanced right on the edge.
Brutal.
All right. Well, Morokon's just too tempting, standing right there on the edge of the bridge. So he looks at him, just slams his sword against the drawbridge, thrusts it out towards him, and is going to try a staggering note. It's versus will. That's a 23 versus will.
You got me.
Oh no.
This is a ranged attack, yes?
Yeah.
Oh.
You take 5 thunder damage, and you're push 3.
You couldn't help it. You couldn't help it. Okay, Morocon, you are in 1, 2. Wait. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You're now in square 8C in the water.
It's musical Moroccan.
Poor. He goes running away, and Lachlan just can't help it. Just can't. Okay.
Does he get a saving throw before falling in?
Yes, he does. Morocon, roll the 1d20. If you get a 10 or higher, you catch yourself on the edge of the bridge.
Do I get like an athletics modifier or?
You get nothing but pity. What?
Oh, that's great. So
Okay.
I'm in the water.
All right, Morocon, you make some kind of like, whoa!
No.
When you roll a 2, that's what happens.
Lachlan, you have a move and a minor. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, with my minor, I'm going to cast Virtue. It gives me temporary hit points equal to my surge value.
Okay.
And then with my move, I'm going to move to, let's see. H9.
Okay, Lachlan's moving into H9.
And that'll be it.
All right. That is Lachlan's turn. Thora, it's your turn, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
What you gonna do, bud?
Sister fought a bear.
I mean,
If the shoe fits, rip it off her and beat her with it. That's not.
I mean, I could. I'm going. God, I feel so bad. I'm going to move to M8.
Okay. Thora, you move to M8.
Sorry, as I erase.
Why feel bad when you can feel wrath instead?
That's true. And I am going to. Thora is going to set his staff down and point it at Sister Fadavera and Gizik and cast Fog of Insects which is a close burst 3.
Oh, that's gonna hit everyone. Okay, go for it. Roll your attacks separately. Go first. Roll your attack on Anduriel.
Oh, and it is versus Fortitude.
Great.
Trying to math. 25 against Fortitude on Anduriel.
Hit. Next one. Roll your attack on Gizik.
A dirty 20 against Fortitude.
Hit.
And
Poor
Sister
Beast.
Fadaver is math 23 against Fortitude.
Yeah, you hit all of us. So you roll damage one time, and we all take the same amount.
Well,
Okay.
2d10 plus 5.
Ow.
What would that be?
That's 23 points of damage, and all of my defenses go up by 2.
For the whole encounter.
How much damage?
23.
Oh, yuck.
Oh,
Ooh, dirty.
Glad I wasn't in the area.
Okay, what kind of insects are they?
Scarab beetles.
Okay, so all three of us are now covered with these horrible biting scarab beetles, and Sister Fadavera starts shrieking and hitting herself with her own greatsword, trying to squish you. You dirty bird. Okay.
so it's like the mummy up in here.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's mummy. Okay, Anduriel, it is your turn.
well, that wasn't great.
Oh, and as a minor, I would like to turn into my beast form. which is also a swarm of insects.
That's a really good move. You take less damage that way, I believe.
Yep. And anyone who attacks me grants combat advantage.
All right. Andurio will attack you.
Okay.
Is that any attack, or would like a burst that includes you also?
It's just melee and ranged.
Okay, I'm
All
gonna
right, I know what I'm doing then.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Swarm of Shadows.
Okay.
So it is against Fortitude.
Okay.
So it's gonna catch everybody too.
Okay.
It's a blast.
Yeah,
So,
it's a blast free.
right, roll your attacks. Who are you attacking first?
So the first one is he's right there. So that's a 19 plus, so 28.
Against Thora? Yeah, that hits.
Hit. Okay, now hit Sister Fodder. I mean, roll.
Oh, come now. That's a 15, 21.
Well, that hits Sister Fodder, and now for Gizik.
And, okay. That is an 8. However, I'm going to use my ring. I get to roll twice on the first attack of any enemy. And so I'm going to try again.
Okay.
Gizzy. Okay, that's going to hit. That is a 21.
Yeah,
Right.
that hits.
Yeah, you hit everybody. There you go.
My attack against you would not have actually hurt you.
Well, he kind of just figured that you missed Sister Fada Bear again, and that
So what are you punishing him for his incompetence? Is that what this attack is like?
Come on.
Well, if I survive this, I'm going to get some revenge.
Gizik knows how this feels. He's already been hit with this once.
12, 16, 25 points of damage.
Are you kidding me?
It's 3d6 plus 9.
Sister Fodder vanishes in a burst of gold light.
Oh no, she's dead.
Ding dong. Okay. Also,
Gizik melts into a green puddle.
they will take ongoing 5 damage, save ends, and I teleport and am invisible.
Okay, where are you going, Anduriel? Or do you just want to tell me?
I'll never tell.
Wait, Gizik, did you actually melt?
Yes,
Did he drop you, Gizik?
he did.
Oh no!
I got hit by a 22 and then a 25
Sister Fodder and
in one
Gizik
round.
vanish in a flash of gold light.
Oh boy.
So Gizik dies in a big green fart.
No, it was a puddle. A green
Oh,
puddle.
No. Yeah.
That's worse.
Like,
What a world, what a
I mean, think like, Ninja Turtles, Toxic Sludge, green puddle.
So where Gizik died, is that like rough terrain now?
No, I think we basically just disappear from this area when we go unconscious. Is what I'm gathering from Sister Father
when you
Bear stuff.
die in the game, you die in real life.
Bye, Jeff.
There you go.
Matt, Jeff?
Sorry, this is not the Jack Chick version of D&D.
There's not. All right, so Sister Fodder is out. Morocon, you're in the soup. You need to make an athletics check to stay swimming, or you're going to start drowning.
Oh no.
Well, good. I'm glad I have that skill. Oh, good. 27.
Okay, you may move half your speed in any direction.
Okay. That's
Wait,
great.
doesn't he have advantage? Because it says on all 1d20 rolls.
He's not near you anymore.
I'm not in your
Oh,
aura
okay.
anymore.
He's not in your
I
aura.
see. Sorry.
Yeah, but nice try. I mean,
Okay, so I can move 3 squares.
yep, you can move 3 squares in any direction.
Okay. I am now in F11.
Okay. Oh, you're under the bridge.
No, I'm out of the water. I'm back in.
Okay, you have to climb up the side of the keep to the drawbridge if you want to get back on. You'll need to make
Up the side of the keep. Okay, so can I climb back onto the drawbridge then?
If you go up the side of the keep, you're going to have to make a climb check, DC 15. It's athletics check.
Okay. Oh, good. I made that 21.
All right, you managed to, with 2 move actions, climb back up to square 11D, Morocon. You are back on the drawbridge. You still have a minor action if you'd like to do anything, like square or...
Hey, Lachlan, Bull Rush.
I can't. I used all my movements. Well, I'm gonna healing word myself, I guess.
That's a good move with your. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Aelin, it's your turn.
Oh, that's 2 out of the way, and
I'm back up to full health.
Good for you.
Oh.
I wonder if it'll last.
I seem to have lost track of everything. Who is, well, apart from Lavender, who's closest to me now?
Okay, so Lavender is right across from you. Sabella Gable is up in a tree. Anduriel and Thora are all the way on the other side of the place, and Lachlan is down below by the drawbridge with Morocon. So you have a lot of ranged attacks. You move. If you take a move, then you can go after anybody you want.
There's just a lot of numbers, and I'm not good at maths.
So you have Lavender, who is right across
Yeah.
from you. If you want to go for her, if you move, you can go after Anduriel, Thora, Morocon, or Lachlan. Who would you like to pursue?
And Sabella's up in the tree.
And Sabella's up in the tree if you're feeling particularly vindictive.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Sabella, actually. You, child,
Savage.
child, you need to get out of the way. There's no time for games.
Okay.
Just say that to her because she's probably just going to ignore you. That's. Yeah, just like you and me both. What is it?
Whatever, old lady.
Yeah, pretty much. You look funny.
I'm going to fiery bolt her.
Okay.
Well, that's not how you get a child out of a tree. That's how you kill a child in a tree.
Aelin.
Okay. You have a +7 to reflex, so roll an at-7.
Yeah, that's 15 plus 7.
22.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Okay.
You hit her.
3 dice 6 plus 5, Moth.
Oh,
no.
Ooh.
This is a child.
5 plus 4. So that's 9 plus 6. 15 plus 20.
Okay, if you want to
Alright.
curse her, you can do more damage with your Warlock's Curse. You want to curse her first?
Yes.
Okay, so roll 1 die 6 and add more damage.
Also 6.
Oh my god.
26.
26.
26.
I trigger what the heal.
You use your ability What the Heal? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Close burst 5 to 1 target.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay. So you roast this poor little child. And Sabella screams, I imagine, or shrieks, and she's enveloped in a healing light that seems to be healing the burns.
And then I can take run as a free action.
Yes.
Do I trigger an attack of opportunity if I do that, or can I just
Well, is there anybody near you who would attack
I'm
you?
not next to you.
solid?
There's nobody next to you.
Lavender's
run.
next to me, so yeah. And then she's like, "You're a bully," and she runs from M19, rush it currently is.
Okay.
Oh, she's still at M19, is she?
Yeah, she hasn't moved. She was chilling out in a tree, and you shot a fireball at her.
Arma.
You ruined the fun. Sorry for the voice, everyone. This is what I do when I'm panicked. And then she goes to. She can run squares
Lily
to.
goes full Muppet when she's nervous. Hi ho.
I do.
Running is your
I remember
movement.
Chris.
Running is your movement +2.
My movement +2 brings me to S19 because
Okay.
19 is a nice number.
All right. S19, Sabella dear, runs in between the trees.
On fire.
So Morocon sees this and glares at Aelin, and the little prompt comes up from the bottom of the screen. Morocon will remember this.
Okay.
And I can still use a free action, can't I?
Of course you can.
Infernal Wrath as she's running away.
You can
Oh, jeez.
Holy.
burn her again.
Oh my god.
Okay, unfortunately, Infernal Wrath is an encounter power, and you've already used it to burn more.
Oh, I've already used it. That's right.
Actually, can I can't change my move action, can I?
Nope, you run away. So,
Yep, so
for
In
now.
that case, Aylin's going to move over to right in front of Lavender.
Okay. So Aelin moves over to square N19.
Shall we play
fun
this?
burning children.
She should not be here. It's not safe.
Apparently.
Maybe I just displayed that it's not safe to
It's
her.
not safe. We'll teach you a lesson. Please never have children.
Swinging from a tree. It's not safe.
Oh, no, look over there.
Let's teach you why not to touch the iron by pushing it on your face.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right.
the vampire dropped her last time, so I feel you. She's kind
Okay. That's Aylin's turn, and I believe our Mothlet has to skedaddle, so let's let her talk
Yes,
for a minute.
we both know that I would not be a good leader of this fellowship.
I'm not going to object to that.
But I believe in you and your goodness and kindness for other people, even though we do not always see eye to eye.
I'm glad. Let's fight.
Cut it down.
of.
I say to her, just make sure you keep dodging, all right? And it's my turn now? Is
Yeah.
that right? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to pretend to attack Aelin, and instead, I believe Andoriel is still in 8 something.
He's invisible.
Awesome. He's invisible.
He's
Yeah.
invisible.
Thor is still there, though?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Awesome. I'm going to aim for them instead with a ranged basic attack, which is my specialty of the day. That's a 13, which I add to it. Dexterity? Is that right?
You're using a ranged basic attack. You don't have a distance weapon, so you'd be like throwing a rock at him.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh, when
but
you first
range-
picked up a ranged weapon. I probably could have read that a while ago.
You can use
Um,
Mind Lock if you want. Again, Mind Lock is a distant power, or you can get nasty
Yeah.
and use your Force Orbs.
Okay, yeah, force spheres is a good plan. I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
You set four spears.
Okay.
So I do that, and I use 1.
All right. And you can. That's range 20. You could hit anybody on the screen with that, except Endurio, who you can't see. So.
Cool. Let's go for Thora.
Okay.
And in fact, I'll fire 2.
Okay.
Again, yelling at Aelin. Oh, you're the worst. Your god is mean.
Okay.
Literally Lavender, trying to be offensive.
Okay.
Possible. I'd like to grab her arm holding her weapon and force her to stab me.
Whoa. Yes. Would make an attack roll.
That's dark.
Me or
Yeah, you, Moth. Roll the 1d20.
Attack yourself.
16?
What's your own AC?
Okay, she's already got her weapon drawn, and she's in the middle of casting a spell. So while she has her weapon drawn, you grab it and you impale yourself.
Aelin
If
commits
that's-
seppuku.
If that's how you choose to do it.
Yes.
This is not as satisfying as I thought it would be. Not that I
Okay.
think about that.
Aelin
Oh,
vanishes.
we've both thought about it.
Aelin says that, and then she vanishes in a burst of golden light. And
Wait, are you dead?
well, she's dead in terms of the ritual. She just kamikazed here.
But as she's disappearing, she says, "You'll make a good leader."
Oh, screw you. You were the best cover I had. God damn it.
Okay.
A final tweak of the nose.
So the meanest thing she could think to do was try to make you the leader. Okay.
Or maybe she's not so bad after all.
Or maybe she's not so bad after all.
Yeah, it's a mix of emotions, but as you leave, you just say, God damn it.
Okay.
Have fun storming the castle.
Oh, good luck. Thank you for joining us, Scarlet Moth.
Thank you. I'm sorry I have to skedaddle, but
Okay, we'll
I'll
see you soon.
I'll watch back later. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Star.
Poof. Okay. Alrighty. And all right. So you attacked Thora and rolled a 13, right?
Yes.
Okay. So plus
And then I
7
didn't know what
is
to add to that. Yeah.
20. Thora, what's your reflex?
Reflex is 18.
She got
Yeah.
you. Roll the 1d6 and add 5.
Okay, I will do that. No, 6 total.
All right, Thora, you
Take
take 6 points of damage, my friend.
Okay.
And then I'll do a second one against you again.
Okay.
Because I'm like, duh, she's dead. Whoops. And that's a natural 20. Okay. Okay. No. Let me share this with you guys. Hello,
Back.
welcome to my desk.
Back it up. Let's
Yeah,
see if
there
you
we go.
get a
Look at
critical.
that. Ready.
Let's see you back
And
it
then
up.
I roll it again. And it's an 8.
Plus 7 is 15. Does that hit your what is it
Reflex.
attacking?
Reflex.
Reflex, yeah.
That does
No.
not hit my reflex.
Okay, so just roll another 1d6 and add 5.
So excited. That's another natural 1 because my d6 hates me.
Okay,
So it's a 6 in total. Yeah.
Okay.
So he took 12 then, 2 counts of 6. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so with her minor action and with her move action, she pretends to go for Aelin, and then she swerves and launches these 2 force spheres at you that explode and hit you. I believe they don't do as much damage, though, right, Thora? Because this is a ranged attack, not a burst, right?
There is nothing on any of my sheets about that.
I
About
believe
no damage reduction.
when you are in your swarm form, I believe that you take less damage. Give me 2 seconds to look back on
I
that.
think you reduce it by your Constitution modifier.
That's what I think too.
Well, my con modifier is pretty good.
Well, I mean, if you're not sure about it, you could just double the damage and take 24.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. You reduce it by your
Cover all the-
Constitution modifier.
Okay, so I take a total of 6 damage.
Yeah, a total of 6. So it doesn't quite hurt him as much, and that would be Lavender's turn. Sibella, is her turn.
Awesome. Okay. Now that Aylin's dead, Sabella is insanely happy. Probably more happy than she should be. It's disturbing. And she realizes she's far, far away from lots of people, and that makes her sad. So she heads towards Moroccan. And she'll take her
Moroccan
full.
is way the heck far away. Do you want her?
Yeah.
Do you want her to run to try to get to him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
with the run action, you can run your speed plus 2, and if you take your standard action, you can do it again.
Yeah. So,
Alright, so-
she'll get there, right? Am I right?
What's your speed? Will she be able to get there? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she should be able
Yeah.
to.
All right. So we'll put Sibella
Speed
on
is 6,
her-
so one would think so.
Yeah. All right. So we'll put her on 12D on the bridge right next to Moroccan. Sibella, Gable comes running up to you, Moroccan, and it feels good.
Hey, Stibby.
Hey.
That's all you say. This child enters this dangerous magical ritual. You pat her on the head. Be like,
Stay behind me. We'll get through this.
okay.
Got it.
All right. Gizik.
It'll be easier to stab you
on.
in the back.
Lachlan, it is your turn.
He hasn't seen her do anything other than just try to like defend herself. So as far as he
She's
knows,
adorably sweet. What's your problem? Come on,
as
man.
far as he
I agree.
knows, like they're just best buds. So
No
Okay,
problems.
Lachlan, it's your turn. What you doing?
He starts to sing a dissonant song toward the druid, and it's going to attack your will, my friend.
Okay.
That's a 26.
You're a disembodied voice. No
that hits.
songs.
No song. So you, as an effect, you make a basic attack against yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have to beat my own AC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
So you got a 14 total against yourself. What's your AC? I don't think that hit now.
Well, no, I rolled a 4 plus 5.
Oh, ow. Okay. So you are incompetent at hurting yourself. The Beatles start attacking each other, but they're lost. They can't seem to do it.
They're
So
very
because-
confused.
Because I hit you, you are dominated until the end of my next turn.
Does that mean you tell me what to do on your turn?
On your turn,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm
lovely.
interested.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
And with my standard action, I'm going to move, or excuse me, with my move action, I'm going to move to I5.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm good.
Okay. That's Lachlan's turn. Now it is Thora's turn. Thora, you have no idea where Anduriel is. He is invisible. Lachlan is on the other side of the fountain. Moralcon's on the bridge. And Lavender just was forced to off Ayland over there between the trees on the other side.
So Thora turns to Lachlan and says, "What do I do?"
So I send him charging at Lavender. I want him to charge Lavender.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want me to use the run action?
It's just a charge.
It's a charge attack. So you make a melee basic attack at the end of your movement. So Thora, you wind up in square N17. Lavender, a swarm of beetles and scarabs overcomes you. Go ahead and roll your attack and add 5.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Oh, all right.
Don't hit.
Man,
Um,
All right. So Lavender, no hit.
beetles aren't scary to a warrior.
There
wait,
we
but
go.
but doesn't that hit?
No. You know, surprisingly, I have an AC of 2. I was so lucky. Crazy.
Okay, that is Thora's turn. Anduriel, where do you appear?
Okay, he appears in N9. What's
Okay. All right, now what?
Well, I thought that was enough. He's a pretty cool guy. Now he's whatever. Okay,
If you want to take your turn to smolder, you go right on ahead.
here I am.
I'm just saying.
Okay, no, actually, that's not what's going to happen here. He's going to. He sees the swarm. He sees Lavender, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I can get there. He's going to go after. Actually, hold on. Healing word. I gotta. There's a little bit of damage that's been done. 6. Surge value. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I as well have problems with the maths. Okay. Running down there, I'm going to do Inspire Fanaticism to the swarm of beetles.
Okay.
What does that do?
Well, let's see if I hit, and then I'll go through the trouble.
Okay.
So you
Does
are.
that get-
I'm the next hated target. Is that what's happening?
I don't know. People keep taking me over.
Okay.
Take
I don't get to
on
hit. I feel your pain.
So that is 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2 weapon damage plus 2 plus bonus. Okay. So inspire fanaticism. It's kind of what it
weapon
sounds like. Yeah, it's a weapon attack. But you like once Enduro draws his kukri, you become very interested in the kukri. Like, oh, that's the best. That's the best kukri I've ever seen. I want that kukri, and you're gonna get it. So here we go.
Wait a minute. Are you attacking with your kukri or the Leviathan's tooth?
The kukri.
Okay, so you're not going to use the Leviathan's tooth squish. Okay, all right, go for it.
We're saving that.
All right.
So that's 10,
I think I know who you're saving it for. But okay.
17, 18 plus. So that is 22 points of damage.
And I reduce that by my con bonus, which is 19. And the scarabs coalesce into Thora on the ground, and there's a bright flash of light, and he's gone.
Oh no! You reduce it by 3, right? So that was
Yeah, I had 6 hit points.
oh. Hey, dude, it makes you feel any better. I know the feeling. Okay. Okay. All right, and Thora disappears in the golden flash. Poof. Well, this is and it is down to a few.
So
All
can
right,
I engage in a little chatter real quick with Lavender?
Of course.
So
That was so
So-
eloquent. I love it.
Ah. No, he's gonna say, "So Hunter, it seems that we
Have
are."
you forgotten my name already? Oh, well done.
I forget.
I'm
everything.
glad you keep your head in battle. It
That's
truly
my
comforts
thing.
me. If you ever end up as a leader, you're really going to be great at it. Hunter. Out of everyone on this field, you went Hunter. Really?
Yes.
I'm disappointed.
Well, you're about to be dead. All right, conversation over.
Pretty diplomatic. No, Trudy, well done. Did everyone hear this, man? Can we just stop for a moment? I don't know why she's British today, but she is.
Okay. You're Australian. You have more claim to it than we do. We're gonna give
Thank
it
you.
yeah.
Praises to
okay.
the queen.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she is your queen. We just love her. We don't. She's not our queen. You know. Maybe we can trade. Never mind. Anyway. Okay.
Queen Bay, Bay once.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. That would be Morocon's turn while they're bickering like an old married couple.
Okay, so what square exactly is Lavender in? She's in N19, right?
She is in N19. No, she's in N18.
Oh, sorry. And
18.
I have N16. Because she moved. Did I
I have
mess
her in
up?
18.
Okay, I'll go with consensus. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't put you too much farther away. She is
I could be
in
wrong.
18N. That is where
Okay.
she is. And Duriel is to the left of her, and he is in 16N.
That is
Okay.
In between the trees.
Moroccan is genuinely confused and can't really decide what to do now. So he doesn't know Lavender very well. He's like, well, you there, I guess I'll just head your way now. So I really can't get to her.
You can charge. Move and charge.
Yeah, I don't want to charge that.
It's a move and a melee basic, but you'd get to her or him.
Right. Well, I'm going to go to I-16, I think.
Okay.
And I will ready my attack for whoever comes in range.
Okay. Moroccan has a readied action. That is his turn. Lavender, it's your turn.
It's my turn, and Anduriel is right ahead of me.
That would be accurate.
He seems more bothersome than Moroccan right now, so I'm gonna go with Divine Challenge for a minor action.
Okay.
I mark the target, and then till it
That means
ends.
if he attacks anyone but you, he'll take damage. If he attacks anybody except you,
Oh, so
Yeah.
she's marked, or I'm marked?
you are
You're
marked.
marked.
If you attack anyone but Lavender, you're going to take radiant damage.
I know, I'm so special. Pay attention to me, please. And then I'm gonna do a Valiant Strike against him. Hooray!
Dang it, Jim.
With an 8. that I roll plus 7. So 50.
Well, what's it against?
It's a melee weapon attack.
Is
AC.
this my AC?
Yes.
Okay, so-
Strength. SAC.
No dice.
So just okay.
Okay.
So Lavender is in N10 now.
No, she's in
She
18
hasn't moved.
N.
Oh, so you haven't moved.
She hasn't moved.
Well,
Okay.
she's gonna use a. What did she just use and miss with? Radiant.
Valiant strike. So
Valiant
she has
strike.
to move 1 square.
Okay, so Lavender is now in square 17M, right? N, excuse me, right next to Endurial, and behind the tree, so you can't even see her anymore, Morocon. For the moment.
Closer to me? Okay.
Well, she had to. She swung and attacked, and Radiant tried to Radiant smite you, and
Oh, that's right. Okay.
it would have hurt really bad, but it didn't. Okay,
Radiance is not my favorite.
okay, that was Lavender. Back into the top. Now it's Sabella's turn.
Okay, cool. Sabella is having a great time, honestly. This is really fun. And she doesn't have any ranged attacks, which is annoying, but
she
it's
doesn't.
fine. Because she's gonna get nice and close to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lachlan,
Okay.
and she's gonna give him a real big smile and start poking at his armor and be like, "What's this for? What's that for? What does this do?" And cast Death by 1,000 Questions.
Okay. What's your will, Lachlan? I think it's your will.
20.
Okay.
That looks like a
I
natty.
just rolled a natural 19, so 19
Okay.
plus
Okay. That's a
What's
hit.
your, what's your plus?
4.
So if I use Bastion of Mental Clarity, I can block that.
Okay.
You can, but do you want to? That's the
I think-
question.
I think I
You know
want
what I'm
to.
saying?
Okay. She starts asking you questions, Lachlan, and it's not even the fact that she's asking them that's irritating. You can't ignore her. And then her questions begin reverberating in your head, and you can tell that somehow she's making a psychic attack, and you're like, ah! And so you bring up your defenses and shut out the voices.
Seeing as I only get 1 attack,
It's true.
can she, while he's, focusing on the whole mental-ish, can she have a little root around, see if he's got any good daggers or anything?
You
What's he
mean
got on him?
she took a move action already, so she'd have to at least take a move action. So unfortunately, Sabella's turn would be done.
Okay, that's fine.
Now it's
Next
Lachlan's turn. Lachlan, the annoying child, is next to you. You know where everyone else is.
Well, I'd kiss her on the head if I, in kind of a condescending way, if I didn't think she'd punch me in the face. But does she have any weapons?
No.
Okay.
You could give me one.
The creepy little murder girl.
Yeah. Arm the child.
I mean, here, hold this dagger.
She's got a strange history, you know.
That's
Give her a break.
I'm adorable.
She can
Come
be
on.
creepy if she wants to.
I like to think she's got a big pink bow in her hair and a little dress on.
She's creep adorable.
Yeah, that still sounds creepy.
Yeah, she's
At
creepy.
some stage, she's taking her shoes off. She's just running around barefoot.
Yeah.
She didn't bring the tricycle with her into the ritual.
Oh, no.
She definitely has a teddy bear.
Yeah. Teddy bear, no tricycle. Yeah.
I'm
No
gonna move
tricycle.
to
Right.
I'm gonna move to M10,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use Blunder on Aelin.
Aylin's
Aylin's
dead,
dead.
but you can.
Or excuse me, not Aelin, Lavender.
Okay.
Did you just mix us up? Oh no.
Don't get the names wrong. She hates that.
It was the A from Anduriel mixed me up. So okay, here we go. It's versus Will, and that is that's a doozy. That's a 28 versus Will.
Her will is
Not 28.
yeah, 18. So
Yeah.
So
you got me.
she takes 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Is that the first time Lavender's been hit?
Yeah. I don't like it.
And I slide her 3 squares, and Duriel gets a melee basic attack with a +3 as I slide her. She will end her turn in L15.
L15.
Yep.
Wait, then you push her forward.
Yes, I'm sliding you. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can slide you anywhere he wants. It's not.
Sorry, that just took me a minute.
He just starts kind of whistling and doing one of these and makes you like smack yourself in the head and then walk past that tree and
Is this how you hit on me? Because it's kind of strange.
Anduriel, are you going to take the attack, Anduriel?
Yeah. What was the bonus? Because I rolled a 14.
+3.
So 17.
Plus your, did you roll a 14 total?
Yeah. No, I rolled a 14 on the dice, so 17. Do I get the weapon? Do I get the weapon attack bonus as well?
Oh yeah.
It's a melee basic attack, so your melee basic attack bonus should be on your character sheet.
27.
Okay.
You hit.
Okay.
Yeah. My
Okay.
AC of 2 has been defeated.
Yeah.
All right. So that is for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
How you feeling there, Lav?
I mean, I'm not happy with it. Like,
Are you bloodied by chance?
is she bloody?
What are you down to, Lav?
22.
And hold on, I'm clicking off.
I feel like I have bloodied written somewhere, but like,
Give me 1 second to bring up Lavender.
I'm so sorry.
There you go. Yeah, you are exactly bloodied. You are exactly
Solid.
bloodied. Yes.
Chill. Like
Nope.
it.
For now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that would be Lachlan's turn, and now it is Anduriel's turn.
Okay. Anduriel, he was very intense looking, but then all of a sudden he looks distracted. He's kind of looking around, shaking his head, and he starts to giggle a little bit. Starts to giggle, that creepy giggle. And so he's going to use blood. He's going to use blood revelry on
God.
Lavender. See?
Oh, that's gonna look
I'm
great.
so proud. Congratulations.
He knew you would be. Okay, so this is against just AC.
Okay.
Her AC is 18.
So that's a 16 on the dice.
Plus.
Oh, well, if it's a 16 on the dice and then the vampire attack, so that's going to be 23.
Yeah.
It's not the damage. So the damage on this one. Oh, 4. I may add another weapon. 8 plus the modifier damage. 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So he starts to giggle, and then what he does is he takes out the kukri and just starts. He grabs her around her neck there and just starts stabbing and giggling. And then he, as she's bleeding from these multiple wounds, he takes the blood and starts to smear it all over himself. So he gets suspended.
I love John's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, John, the curtain of light is up, and Thora and Sister Fadaver, Aelin, and Gizik are watching all of this. So everybody sees this mad giggling fit where he wipes all over himself. They also watched Aelin launch herself onto Lavender's sword.
Oh, and the rumors about Lavender and Aelin start up again.
Yeah. Thora looks up and sees him cackling and goes, "That boy is very interesting. Checkmate."
Okay. All right. Mr. Fadaver has been like moving the pieces, but every time she moves it, it's pissy. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Fine is the only word you can get out of her right now. It's fine. And then Anduriel wipes the blood all over herself, and Sister Fadaver is like, it was a great great choice. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine. Okay.
Moroccan looks over at Anduriel and is like, "Come on! I thought we were past this."
Alrighty, and that would be Anduriel's turn. Morocon, it's your turn, my friend.
Ugh. All right. Well, Lavender's still up. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's still there.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't look great. Like, you've seen her looking better.
Okay. Well, Morocon's going to move over to K15. And he is going to... I'm going to E-Honda that. So I'm going to... So I'll run up to her and I'm going to 5 storms, which is it's not a natural 20, it's a dirty 20 against reflex.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is hooray for me. That is a 12.
Bye, friends.
12, yeah.
Okay.
It was fun.
So you walk up to Lavender and pound on her, and she vanishes. You don't even manage to land like all the punches you're throwing.
He's still going to keep throwing the punches, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, does that mean you hit Angela and it just like passes on because he was holding her?
Well, I didn't punch through you.
I love the idea that you're like still punching him and it's like, oh, hang on.
Yeah. And
I have to finish the technique. That's how it works, okay?
And Lavender disappears in a flash of golden light. Back at the top, Sabella.
Okay.
All right, Sibby. Let's do
Okay.
this.
So she is, Lachlan's moved and she's very sad about this. So she follows him. Hi.
Okay.
And this time she is kind of mad that he ditched her. And so she would like to cast Ankle Biter. Oh yeah. She gonna do a bite. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
She's gonna try to. That's a 15 to hit against AC.
Sorry, 20.
Oh, come on, man.
All right. So she latches on, but he's got armor, and she can't quite get through it.
Is she just like holding onto his ankle, like, no,
Yeah.
stay with me.
We are friends.
What are you doing?
I'm really bored.
Okay. All right. That's Sabella's turn. Lachlan, it's your turn. There's an ankle biter adjacent to you.
All right. I'm going to move to L13,
Okay.
and I'm going to use Beguiling Oration. It will attack both Morocon and Anduriel
Oh, we're at that
Versus-
stage.
versus Will. So Anduriel's Will, that's probably a miss. That's a 12.
I'm at 21.
That's a big miss.
And Morocon's Will, that's a 29.
Oh, come on.
So you take 9 points of damage. I slide you 1 square next to Anduriel, and you make a melee basic attack against him. Oh,
I
and
make a melee basic against him, or
yeah, and
Okay.
Anduriel on a miss, it's half damage.
Okay.
So you take 4 damage, and you're slowed. Save ends.
Okie doke.
So we're melee basicing against each other.
I missed him, so he just took half damage and slowed. You took the full damage, and you're making a melee attack.
Okay.
against him.
He's attacking me. Okay.
Okay, so that is it's a 18.
My AC is 16. Yeah, you got me.
Okay. Well, let's see. We've got. Well, if it makes you feel better, you only get 6 damage.
It does not.
So
What do you?
yeah,
what do you
Lachlan
have?
walks over there and he starts. It sounds like he's reciting a poem, but it is like the Jabberwocky. I mean, so much gibberish that you're like, see, when you look at each other, you can't help but just want to go and whack each other.
I get it. Just like the rage you get when you're forced to memorize something in school that is so dumb that you're like, I can't take it anymore. 8th grade rage. Punch each other. I like it. Okay,
Nice.
that was Lachlan's turn. Anduriel, it is your turn, my friend.
Okay. He looks over at Morokhan. Morokhan, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. And so he just says that, and he attacks him with Divine Juggernaut.
Divine Juggernaut.
Okay.
Is this a melee?
He's really sorry, though.
Is this a melee attack?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to interrupt.
Okay.
Water gives way,
Okay.
which is a 22 versus fortitude.
Oh, you got me.
Okay. So what water gives way does is it triggers by a melee attack. It's an interrupt, and it's a 1d10.
It's a 3d10.
3d10. Sorry. Wow. Yeah. Plus my dex mod. So sorry, Andoriel.
That's how it goes, man.
There's apologies all over the place here.
That's how it goes.
Oh,
He also
gee.
slides you to and knocks you prone.
Yeah. So that's so it's a 25
Okay.
damage.
What are you down to, Anduriel, or are you done?
No, I got that healing surge when I rubbed the blood all over me. So
What are you down to?
18.
Okay, so yeah,
Wait, lavender's blood totally smells like lavender, by the way.
So he's dying, but he's very calm about it.
It's very. That's great. She has scented blood. I love that.
So Anduriel looks over at me and is like, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, "No, I'm sorry. You smell lovely."
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So Anduriel, he comes in, and you come in with this massive attack, and you think you've got Morokhan, but he just kind of flows out of the way with some Bruce Lee crap, and you're like, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragonborn, what is going on here? And then he turns around, and where do you strike him, Morokhan?
So it's basically I'm gonna kind of twirl. I'm gonna deflect his block, and I'll kind of turn him around and push him 2 squares right next to Lachlan.
Okay.
So
while he's doing this, Thora, as soon as he makes contact, Sister Fadaver goes, yes! And she knocks the chessboard over on accident.
That's okay, sister. I memorized where the pieces were.
So what were the other effects? I'm prone. Is that what it was?
So yeah, you're prone.
Okay.
So where does he end up?
He is in M13, right next to you, Lachlan.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay.
All right.
But he still has the rest of his turn though.
Anduriel, yeah, he still
Yeah.
has a move and a minor.
Alrighty. I guess I'd like to stand up. I got to roll for that.
To stand up? No, you don't have to roll to
Right.
stand up.
No, you're just prone. You're not stunned or anything.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
you're still slowed from my attack. Sorry, you got to roll against that.
Oh, I don't care so much about that. We're all pretty close here.
Yeah.
And that's actually it for right now.
All right, no minor action that you would like to do. No drink a potion. No smoke some weed. Nothing.
Oh, I have a surge. Can I take a surge?
You'd have to have a power to activate it, or use a healing potion. Do you have a healing potion?
I do have a healing potion.
You can use that with a minor action if you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you get back 10 hit points. and you lose one of your potions. All right, that's Anduriel's turn. Morocon, it's actually your turn again.
Hooray! Okay, so I'm going to move one square over to M14.
Okay.
You're in my defender aura. Just FYI.
That's fine. I'm not going for you. I'm going for Anduriel.
You'll be punished.
Uh-oh.
Why will I be punished?
Because if you make attacks that don't include me, you get punished.
Because you marked him.
I marked you.
Oh, you marked me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Oh no. We're good. Okay. So I'll move there, and I will pick up 5 storms and hit both of you.
Where did you move from?
I moved from L15.
L15 to
M14.
M14. So I'm right next to both of you.
All right, so it's a close burst. This will hit both of them if it hits.
Right.
I am bloodied, so I get an attack of opportunity from Blood Frenzy.
Oh.
And that is a 17 plus 6.
Yeah, you got me.
All right.
Is this an immediate reaction power when anybody bloodied moves near you, Anduriel?
Yep, I'm compelled to make an attack of opportunity against the target, friend or
Well,
foe.
would you look at that?
It wasn't very hard to. Yeah.
Well, I'm not bloodied.
Whenever I am bloodied. 7. 13 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay.
What are you down to, Morocon?
29.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Back
Okay.
to me.
Back to you.
Which is a 22 versus reflex.
22 versus reflex. By 1 you got me.
Okay.
Let's get ugly.
So that is 10. So that's 16 against. So that's 16 against Anduriel.
Okay.
And
I just got those hit points. Good grief.
It's the same damage, but you got to roll to hit me.
Right, I'm rolling for you right now.
Okay.
And so that's a 16 against reflex against Lachlan.
I have an 18.
Oh, okay. Well, dang it.
Oh, it's getting ugly.
Oh, hang on. Part of 5 storms is so I can shift 2 squares after using that. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to shift.
That's a move action, though. You already used your move action.
That is a true factor.
Oh, okay.
You only get that when you choose to use your move in conjunction with it. Like,
oh, okay.
Use the move, and then you have to use it in that way. And that's how all monk movements work. If you choose to use a power that has some kind of movement attached to it, you do the move first, and then you attack.
Okay.
Okay, that was Morocon. Back with the top, Sabella, who is somehow still alive.
Hi.
Skipping around.
Okay, by the way,
She is like. By the way.
Thora, Sister Fadaver, Aelin, we're all out there. Lavender. Night Lord Gable is banging on the golden sheet of energy. And screaming. He screamed Sabella's name. He even drew his sword a couple times and whacked and slashed at it. I don't know if the Lady Protector wants to say anything to him about that, or try to calm him, or charm him, or anything. But he is freaked out because his daughter is in there, and he can't
and looking
get her
pretty
out.
rough.
Yeah.
Sabella. Yeah, I just realized that I haven't She got healed when Aelin hit her.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. So
A little bit.
Yeah, she's
didn't
not a
track
font
how
of
much she
hit
got
points.
hit for. Yeah,
You mean how much she got hit for or healed for?
yeah. Hit for.
Okay, give me 1 second.
And then I don't think I tracked healing at all because we got distracted by her running on fire from a tree.
Okay, Sabella has she got a healing surge, which was 8 hit points back from her what the heal.
What the heal?
Yeah. No, she got 11 back. So Sabella has about 15 hit points left. She's still a little singed.
Yeah, she doesn't look too great. Okay. That's good to know.
Sabella, you get out here this instant!
But I'm guessing she can't hear it.
No.
So
She
she's
can't
fine.
hear you.
Yeah, Lavender's busy cussing out Aelin for touching her sword and then killing herself. She's like, "Do you know how good that plan was?" Like, there is nothing else. Like, she's just mad.
Okay.
But Sabella does she find any rocks in this garden?
There are rocks in the garden, yeah.
Cool. Good to know. She has many options. The other thing about Sabella is she's very stealthy, as much as she is creepy.
Yes.
So I was wondering, like, she's probably just gonna like crawl across the ground, like really, really slowly.
Okay.
All the way up to where the three of them are, and just sit there and watch them, and cast the many questions, death by questions. Actually, is she?
Who is she going to use it on?
No, sorry. On Ontario, she's gonna use ankle biter again.
Okay.
She's just gonna stealth her way up.
That's sort of my
And
thing,
then-
girl.
Okay.
Attached to his ankle.
She has a +6 to the attack. Anduriel, what's your AC?
Wait a minute. He's bloodied. Does that mean he has to turn around and bite her back?
Potentially. But she's stealthy.
Don't you have to take an opportunity attack?
She has not provoked an attack of opportunity from him. And he can't you can't have more than one attack of opportunity per turn, right?
No, just one per enemy. He can take multiple opportunity attacks, just one for each.
Yeah,
person.
and Duriel, what does the power say? It says if they provoke an attack of opportunity, you have to take it, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it says if they move through a square, that I threaten, I have to take the attack.
She's not moving through it; she's just moving into it. So she's not doing that. Go ahead and take your attack, Lavender or Sabella. Add 6.
What's going now, Sabella?
She will move to. I'm guessing to be there, she has to be in his square or adjacent to it.
Adjacent to his square.
Okay, so 11M.
Okay.
And 9 plus 6 is 15.
That is a
I can
miss,
do that.
unfortunately. All right, Anduriel, you become vaguely aware of Sabella trying to bite your ankle.
She just lies there.
Yeah. Just
I like the hustle. That's a sweet move.
Okay. And that is Sabella's turn. Okay, now it is Lachlan's turn.
Okay. Is Moral Khan bloodied?
I am not.
Okay. I'm going to use Virtuous Strike on Morocon.
How virtuous of you.
But
That's
Anduriel's right there, and he's in worse shape than me.
a 26 versus AC.
Do you even need to ask?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That's
So-
a hit.
When I hit, I'm going to use a free action to use Mocking Strike. So it will do an extra damage, and it will turn me invisible. So he's going to take...
That's handy.
Yeah. He's going to take 20. Well, it's 13 radiant plus an additional 7 psychic and radiant, so we're a total of 20 damage and turn invisible. And as he hits him, it flashes light, and then he says because he can't help it. I mean, it's Mocking Strike. So he says, "Hey, Morocon, you're all wet."
Okay, stabs you and vanishes. I thought you said it was virtuous strike, but it's mocking strike.
Well, virtuous strike is the
It's
the
a trigger
power,
power.
and
I
then
got you.
the mocking strike is trigger. And then I'm gonna
Yeah.
move back 1 to K12.
All right,
You're invisible though, right?
I'm invisible to you.
Right.
All right, and he shifts away from you. Not that you are too cognizant of that. All right, that is Lachlan's turn. Now it is Anduriel's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to attack Morocon with Taste of Life. It's versus Fortitude. That is 18, 19, 20, 22. That's 25.
No. Yeah, you got me.
You're
I'm
delicious.
going to use Blood Drinker to add a
course
die
you are.
10 to the damage. So
Because you're delicious.
delicious.
You're dragonborn nutritious. That's what you are. You're full of vitamins and protein. And...
22 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Oh! Morocon, you vanish in a flash of light.
Can I use my action point?
No action points.
There are no action points in the champion's ritual.
I'll say, as I disappear, I'll be like, "No, Sibylla!"
Okay.
The fact that she is in the top 3 is ridiculous.
Hilarious.
Why?
It is
Because nobody's
hilarious.
attacking her. Okay.
I'm going to use Charming Gaze on the little girl.
Hi.
Because it's Anduriel. He's not going to say her name. He's going to say little girl.
Aw.
So close blast 5, and it's just I don't have to roll on this. I don't think.
Nope.
Okay. Target can't make opportunity attacks or take immediate actions till end.
Okay. So he kind of mesmerizes her a little bit with his gaze and moves around. And I'm assuming you're moving, which is why you don't want her to hit you.
Correct. Yep. So I move
Bye.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6
He's pretty.
to N7.
The blood looks pretty on his face. It smells like lavender.
Okay.
Just the creepiest child.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to say through the mind link, Lachlan, the child can't win.
Well, it's her
Lachlan's-
turn.
That's my turn.
Lachlan's invisible. It's that's Andrea's turn. Okay, Sabella, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. I see this play. You know what? Why not? Why not have a child lead the council? Just got great stealth, and nearby, somewhere she can hide. Let's play hide and seek, friends.
Okay, you want to make a stealth check?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to take a movement behind some tree, one of the trees, if you want to try to hide.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
down. 13 plus 8.
21. Okay,
21,
tell me where you're going.
She is going to go. Hang on, let me pull up the other map because my map doesn't have things. I am in 11L. So she. Oh, that is a tree. She'll just slip up into the tree in M10,
Okay.
and she hides.
All right, that's M11 if she's going up into the
M11.
tree. All right, so she made a stealth check. Sabella scrambles up into the tree. I need you to make a climb check too, Sabella.
Okay. What do I add to a climb check?
It's an athletics check. That's it.
Oh.
It's your third skill.
My third skill. Yes.
Yeah, it's under Arcana.
Sorry, I really can't see.
That is
Skills,
okay.
Stealth, streetwise, strength, dex, intelligence.
It is 6. You have a +6 to athletics.
Okay.
That's
15
good.
plus 6 is.
Oh, sorry, that was Lavender. I was looking at Lavender.
Oh,
Good.
sorry.
Sabella may not have a.
She may not be trained.
She might
Yeah.
not have it. I don't know what
I don't think
skills.
So
I
15
gave her
then.
right there. So she. Oh no, never mind. Sabella takes a -2 to all strength checks. So what did you roll?
13 then.
All right. So with an 11, she only manages to scramble up the
No,
side
actually,
of the
I rolled a
tree.
15, so 13.
Okay, so 13 total. So she manages to climb up the side of the tree, but she only gets about like 1 square up, and she's like flattened against a tree trying to hide. But you're a pretty easy spot if somebody circles around.
But I'm so stealthy. Okay.
Don't do it.
No.
All right, that is Sabella's turn. Lachlan, it's your turn, child murderer. I mean, it's your turn, leader.
Okay. Well, I'm right there. Can I look up and see her?
I need you to make a perception check, but I'll give you advantage since her climb check was so pathetic.
Okay.
Like, I'm right here.
I
Someone
got
gave me a -2.
I got a 22. What
Yeah,
was her?
Not
Okay.
that good. You spot her. She's clinging to the side of a tree, like, don't see me. Like,
Okay. He looks up at her and says, "Time to go home, Sabella." And I'm
Why
gonna
don't you kill the other one first?
staggering note on
You
her.
know you want to.
Naughty, naughty.
That's a
Come
24
on.
versus Will. So
that's a hit.
Yeah.
5 thunder and push 3. So will
Oh,
that knock her out of the tree?
Pushing her 3 will knock her out of the tree. And since she's not trained,
Child murderer.
This is
she will take an additional 3 points of damage. So how much damage total did you do?
So 8.
8. So she takes 11. She's got 4 hit points left. You you clang. Are you using your sword like a tuning fork again?
Yep.
So you
Can I
clang
use
your
my-
sword, and off she goes. You're what?
Can I use my immediate reaction again?
You can only use that once, I think.
Okay.
What the heal? What the heal is an encounter power, so she's already used it, unfortunately.
Where does she
Okay.
end up?
Sabella ends up on the floor in square N11 with 4 hit points left.
But she was in M11. I thought she moves 3. Or was it just 3 to get her out of the tree?
Off the
He
tree.
knocked her down, so she falls straight down.
Okay.
Not that it matters, because now it's Anduriel's turn. You're gonna make Lachlan the child murderer. Take her down. You can do it.
I did this last time. I don't want to kill her again.
This is a really bad political move if Lachlan is the one that takes her out.
All right, Anduriel's going to go to
My
7.
dad will kill you. No, I'm kidding.
He's using a weapon of divine protection, so that's versus AC. So the weapon attack is only 15
On
on
Sabella,
spell. Yeah,
that's her exact AC, but you have combat advantage because she's prone. So you got her. Sabella vanishes in a flash of golden light,
But she was still top 3.
Jeez.
and she played the survival of the fittest game, and no one wanted to attack her. So,
Well, she's a child.
okay, that was Anduriel's turn. Lachlan, it's your turn.
Okay. I move to square N11 in front of Anduriel and just say to him telepathically, we succeeded. Time to end this, and then I'm going to virtuous strike him. That is a 3 plus 12, 15 versus AC. Wait.
No, sir.
I want to try and use Adept's Insight to give myself a little boost to that.
I bet you do.
That's a plus 5 to that, so it's a 20 versus AC. Hit? Okay. So the damage is
You don't need to worry about rolling the damage. He's
Fine,
looking
right.
pretty big. So he'll through the link before he disappears say, well fought, Lachlan. I'll support you in the council. I'll support you as our leader. And then he just sort of disappears.
Okay. So you strike Anduriel down, and he vanishes, and that is it. What happens is rather frightening for the rest of us, and somewhat to Lachlan. the golden circle that had surrounded, the golden curtain of energy collapses in on itself. And as it collapses, Lachlan, you are transported to the center of the circle. And the light flows into your body. And as it does, it seems to pull something out of everybody that was part of the ritual. You all feel like a healing surge has moved out of you, like you've lost some vitality. And everyone's like, whoa. And Lachlan, you become instantly aware of the fact that you are now psychically connected to every member of the Hallowed Council. You also become aware of the fact that you can sense what direction each one of them is in. You can actually physically sense them without seeing them. You know that Sister Fadavera is behind you. You know that Anduriel is in front of you. You don't know that Sister Fadavera is staring at you judgingly.
What about the girl? What about Sabella? Do I sense her as a member?
You sense her as a member of the Hallowed Council.
What?
And I would also like to point out there's no way
Success.
she could have participated in the ritual if she had not had the power to channel divinity, which begs the question, whose divinity is she channeling? Because she doesn't.
Loaf.
Grunch.
Surprise everyone.
Okay.
We have another Sigrun.
Yeah. In addition to that, the rest of you instantly become aware of Lachlan in the exact same way. You can sense that he's there. You can physically sense and feel that he's there. Not each other, just Lachlan. Lachlan, you also get the idea that you now have the power to mimic all of their channel divinity powers. So by drawing on your connection to every member of the Hallowed Council, you can call on their god's channel divinity power indirectly.
Jeez.
However, word of warning to you. It might wear you out channeling power through the council if you use it frequently. So just an FYI, it'll play out. I'm sure it'll play out later, but there you go. So, and we're all kind of left, standing around the circle, and Lachlan is filled with this energy, and it's very, very quiet. The Night Lord grabs Sabella and folds her up in a hug and just crushes her to him.
Ow.
And
Ow.
he has this panicked look on his face, and
Moroccon's gonna run over to the two of them. Is she okay?
Sabella gives him a
Sabella,
high
are you
five.
okay?
It took two of them to take me down. Yeah.
Okay.
Good job,
And
buddy.
a kind of hushed silence falls over as everyone just kind of looks at you because you're like, what, 17, 18 years old?
Yeah.
And
19.
it's quiet. That quiet is broken by your mother going, woo! Excellent! Just in the back, clapping. That's my son! Look at you! Oh, like that. And that is where we will end things for this evening. We will pick up. On our next episode with the first meeting of the Hallowed Council, the results of that, and whatnot. So,
I do want to say I feel a little guilty. I ended the battle with 66 hit points, like extra, with 13 temporary hit points. No one did anything to me.
I
Don't sound like you feel guilty at all. I hear cackling.
No.
It's a guilty cackle.
Is someone gonna come for Lachlan? Nobody did.
I don't know. I can tell you this much. You can tell by the way she's looking at you. Sister Fadavera is holding a grudge.
Wasn't the whole point of the combat to get rid of all the grudges?
It absolutely was. Yeah.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Somebody
Like
should
I say,
explain
Sabella
it to her.
has no grudges. She just thought that was awesome. Like,
No.
Yeah.
And Lachlan does go over to Sabella and the Night Lord, and he will, if she will let him, just give her a little kiss on the head, and said, "Welcome to the council."
Okay.
She gives you a big hug back.
He looks like he's going to stab you, but when she hugs you back, he kind of doesn't stop her because he doesn't know what to do. He, for the second time that you can see that you've worked, has a horrified look on his face. But we, like I said, we'll pick some things up continuously. So thank you to all of you for joining us. Those of you who watched with us, thank you very much. Cast and guest stars, thank you so much. We will be continuing the adventures of the Hallowed Council in 2 separate groups, actually. We will continue with the main cast, and we will also be playing the other guest stars as their own, almost their own stream. They will also be running a game of their own on, I hope, a more regular basis. So we'll be talking about that soon. We like to finish off our stream always with a positive thought of some kind of either spiritual thought, because we are the Holy Rollerz and many of us are people of faith, or we like to end it with a motivational thought, some kind of a quote. And the one that I wanted to share with everybody, just to kind of start things off, is I wanted to talk about the game of Dungeons and Dragons itself, because there have been a lot of misconceptions of the game, and there have been a lot of feelings about it, and a lot of people who have misinterpreted it and who don't understand it, in a lot of different veins, and a lot of people have judged it. I just wanted to say what a wonderful tool I think D&D has been in bringing people together, in fostering friendships and relationships. I wouldn't even know these people, some of them, if it weren't for D&D. We wouldn't be friends, many of us. And I consider it to be a huge blessing, not only in my life, but in the lives of the people that I've been able to bring it to. I've been a missionary of D&D. Like I converted both Ryan and JT, and now Ben. And I think that it is a tool of creativity. I think creativity comes from God, and I think that the ability that we have to interact with one another around the table, telling these dramatic stories, playing together, laughing together, is something that builds and fosters unity. And I will continue preaching that until the day I die. And I'd love it if any of you would weigh in on your feelings about that. Unless you disagree with me, and then you can just leave. No, just kidding.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, no, I after learning to do D&D with Matt, I introduced it to my younger brothers, and they were my brothers, so we liked each other, but it's deepened and strengthened our friendship in a way that I don't know that we might go to movies once in a while, but as far as getting together and having fun and connecting there, and now we each get to share it with our own children, and so it's, my 3 little boys are always asking when we get to play D&D, and I think it's drawn them closer to each other. And I mean, problem solving skills, vocabulary, and even some of those little side effects that come from kids doing it. I got kids that are trying to read the D&D books. I mean, what 9-year-old does that? But he certainly isn't going to be reading anything else, that's as challenging and deep. So I love it.
Cool. Anybody else want to weigh in? Go for it.
I have been running a 5th edition homebrew campaign as the DM for about a year and a half now. And that game started because on Reddit, I was like, hey, I'm just looking for 4 to 6 players who are interested in trying out a first-time DM. And now I know those 6 people better than most people in my neighborhood. Like, they're my best friends. Like, and 2 of them live in Canada, 1 of them lives in California, 1 of them lives in New York, 1 of them lives in Maine. Like, we're all over the country. It brings people together. And now I know 2 people in Australia who play D&D with me. So, like, it is one of the most effective ways of meeting people and becoming a family, essentially, in my opinion.
Well, I think it brings people out who would not get out otherwise and form a community. I mean, I think it brings a lot of people out who otherwise wouldn't. I mean, they just want to play D&D so bad. They're like, oh, I'll reach out and I'll make a connection. It's scary, but they'll do it because they love the game.
Well, like as someone who's chronically ill as well, it's a very accessible game. You know, even if I am struggling with fatigue, I can still sit in a chair and I might not say much, but I can still be a part of something. And I think that isn't present in many other activities, which is what makes it so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful thought. Anybody else?
I love D&D.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Live stream high five.
Yeah, live stream high five. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for our 3-hour season premiere of Holy Rollerz Season 2. We will be back, I believe, possibly next Wednesday. We'll be talking about that. We'll be announcing it on Twitter. If you want to follow us, I am at Sage of Sorcery 1 on Twitter, and I am happy to make announcements. That's where you can find Holy Rollerz announcements. You can also check out our website, which you can find linked to my Twitter account. And until next time, there are more of us out there now than there are of them. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.